Trade. Trade. Private jet flights overseas. Damn piece.
Did you connect okay?
Yeah, it was a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be.
What's going on? This is Toxic Masculinity, episode 6. I am Moneyboy Trey. I am here with Mellow Moonchild, who is the only female with the kahunas to challenge me on blaming black women for 95% of the problems that we have. And I'll tell you why I blame women 95%. Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. I would just say this to the people in the back. I said 95%. I didn't say all. So for you people that are butthurt about me saying 95%, it is what the fuck it is. I gave a percentage based on how I see it. Kind of like how you niggas blame the police for all of the officer involved shootings and shit like that. Kind of like when your baby dad ain't shit, you blame all the niggas and stuff. There's a link in the comments. I'm gonna see if I can pin it. I don't know if I can pin it, but there's a link in the comments for anybody that wants to get on the stream as well. So, LeBron, why do you think that I'm wrong in saying women deserve 95%?
Are you really asking me why I think you're wrong?
I do.
Number one, I'm a woman. Okay, so of course I think you're wrong. But I mean, you can't blame a woman and not blame the man too. That's all I'm saying. You need to make it 50-50 if you're going to do anything.
No, it's 95.
Well, I know you said you wasn't going to explain. I want you to explain why women are 95% of the problem.
Just name a problem in the black community. What's something that you think is wrong in the black community? Are you hearing the echo?
I kind of just did. When the last thing you said, it kind of echoed, but
you got headphones?
I do, but they ain't charged.
Okay.
Do you hear bad echo?
Yeah, it's a echo. It is, and I cut my other phone off, so I know it's not it. But we'll work through it, I guess. I'll mute my mic while you talk. Name the problem, and once you get through talking, I'll respond back.
Hold on 1 second. I got a phone call that was coming in, and it interrupted the volume and everything. Can you hear me okay? You hear me? I think everything just kind of went mute for me. I can't hear you at all now.
Oh, that's because I muted my mic because it was feedback. So when you talk, I'm going to mute my mic.
Oh, okay. Well,
so just pick a problem. What do you think is a big problem in the black community? And I can tell you why I give women 95% of the blame.
I think fathers not being in the house is a big problem.
Okay.
Can we start there?
Fathers? Who picked those fathers?
I can't even hear you anymore.
Who picked those fathers?
The women picked those fathers. But it don't matter who picked the fathers, because why do fathers leave? And why do fathers leave and never come back and just forget about the child?
There are all types of reasons. We have to be real here. We can't just say every dude.
Yeah, but that's a real thing. So why do they leave?
Because there are issues that go on between the parents. Are we going to sit here and act like women aren't vindictive and women try to use kids as pawns? That's why a man may leave.
Hold on, baby. I can't hear you. For some reason, you are real low and I can't hear you.
It might be. I don't know if it could be my headphones. Let me cut them off. Is that better?
I don't know. It's just like I think when I got that call, something happened with my volume. But I'm gonna go out and come back in. Maybe it'll help.
Yeah, that's what I was about to suggest. And I'm gonna switch headphones too, just in case.
Okay, and I'm gonna try and go out and come back in.
Can hear y'all. Okay, Darren, you said you can hear us good. Okay, cool. Bruh, if you want to come in and shed some light on this link, hit on this situation, you can hit that link. By the way, y'all, go check me out on YouTube. That's typically where the Toxic Masculinity Show is. This is episode 6. The other 5 are on YouTube. Just type in MONEYBOY Trey on all my social media. I'll pop up. Anybody that disagrees or agrees, there's a link in the title and in the comments. Come on in. Join your boy. Let's rap. Don't just unfriend me and make a post talking shit about me. Have a discussion with me. And by the way, that person that unfriended me, as soon as you left, somebody else popped back up. Still got 5,000 friends. Doesn't bother me. But as I told you, I ain't gonna say your name. A lot of shit that you do in your personal life and that you condone is toxic. Yes, you want to judge me, but I love it. And the last female that unfriended me because of my views, she ended up stealing my style and ended up getting in some hot water about a week or two ago, but that's neither here nor there. And we're still waiting on Dawn. But yes, I can put 95% on the women because women for about the past 20 or 30 years have been saying that they run the community. They are the pillar of the community. Okay, if that's the case, when shit goes wrong, you have to bear the brunt of the blame. We're like the black community right now is like the Dallas Cowboys. We're trying to get back to the Super Bowl. We ain't been to the Super Bowl 25, 26 years. At some point, we got to change the head coach, the owner, or whoever's standing there in charge. And women under y'all's leadership, the community has turned into shit. As she was saying, well, the dad's leaving. Yes, the dad is leaving. But you know what? That's why it's 95% on the woman because no matter what, that child will always be yours. It will always be there. If the dad died while you gave birth, guess who's going to be stuck with the baby? You. So 95% your problem. As y'all always say, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. 95%. Who has an argument? Yes, we're having technical difficulties, so yeah, I'm waiting on her to get back. 95% though, who wants to argue, who wants to debate? Hit the link. Hit the link. Somebody hit the link. Talk to me. Y'all don't like the Dallas Cowboys analogy? We're so far gone with the shit that we think just because our mother is black that they can't do no wrong. I'm so tired of hearing y'all say that. Yo, mama black. So what? Black mamas do fucked up shit. Like, we have to be real. We have to be real. Y'all can assign percentage on everything. Y'all bitches hating on me. Y'all got percentages of folks that's hating on y'all, but I can't have a percentage. Y'all ain't gonna bully me. Not gonna make me change my opinion. Fuck you. That's why half of y'all watch any damn way, because I say what the fuck I want. Unapologetic. It is what it is. Your daddy black. Y'all don't blame him for y'all for you. Do men say that when y'all say all men ain't shit? Do we say your daddy black? Have you ever heard it? Have you ever heard it? Better question. How many men do you know will record their daughter? We'll say, because my 2-year-old is going through it right now. But we'll just say a 5 or 6-year-old. How many men do y'all know ever that have recorded their child twerking and egging it on? Who does shit like that, men or women? That's women's shit. That's why y'all get the blame. Who talks to these thug niggas out of jail? Women. That's why y'all get the blame. Who break up with you while you pregnant? As soon as you get them pregnant, who break up with you? Women. Who say marriage is a big step, but I have your kid? Women. It's okay to criticize men, but anytime a woman is criticized, they tell us to shut the fuck up. Wrong, guy. I promote toxic masculinity over here. Go check out all 6 episodes on YouTube, MONEYBOY Trey on all social media. I'm still waiting for LaDon to get back to debate me. Anybody else that agrees or disagrees, feel free to hit the link. What's going on, Jason? Hit the link. Come on. I know you down for some toxic masculinity. Do you think women are 95% to blame? Click the link. It's what we're here for. So it's amazing y'all disagree with me on my post all fucking day, and now I'm here to have a conversation other than typing, and y'all won't say shit. You won't say anything. Why? Why? I'm here. Let's talk. Nothing? You got nothing? Hmm? Who y'all voting for? Oh, anyway. Well, since I'm still waiting on her, let me just say, Black Lives Matter message, you ain't shit. And I say you're not shit because y'all made a statement about a damn wall at Graceland and a wall at the Shell. When y'all were just hollering, when people were complaining about looting and rioting, oh, it's a building ain't worth a life, let it burn, all of that. They got insurance, yada, yada, yada. Y'all turned around and made a deal with people about a fucking building, and y'all ignored the high school teenager that was shot in Whitehaven down the street from Grace. Didn't say nothing about that. Didn't try to raise a GoFundMe for the parents. Didn't try to do no partnerships. Y'all made a partnership with the Shell. Y'all are no different than goddamn it all the race hustling civil rights leaders we've had up to date. The Jesse Jacksons, the Umar Johnsons, the Al Sharptons, the Ben Crumps. Y'all just show up when police do this shit. If the police aren't doing it, y'all don't give a fuck. That's why I don't fuck with Black Lives Matter on any level, nationally, regionally, locally, none of that shit. I don't fuck with it. That shit's a politicized game at this point. Y'all not serious about this shit. And I saw a post the other day saying something about be worry about the people that are selling the shirts as much as we worry about Soros. Well, I know Soros is funding Democratic candidates. I don't know about the person that's selling the Black Lives Matter t-shirts bootleg. But why shouldn't they get a piece of the pie? That's who y'all claim it's for. Somebody come on in. Trump, another folk. Hey, Darian, when was the last time we had a one-term president? You got to go back almost 40 years to find a one-term president. So just on trends like that alone, I believe you're right. I personally, I don't fuck with voting for president. It's dope. My whole life, laws and shit have been getting passed without my approval. The shit Obama pushed through the LBGT and Obamacare. Oh, a lot of people, most Americans did not want Obamacare, but the shit was passed on us anyway. I didn't vote. I didn't complain. But you know, the people that voted for him complained about some of the shit. Same with this. Like, it doesn't matter who you vote for, Republican, Democrat, shit gonna get passed without you. They don't need you. Like, it's politicians go to the highest bidder. Sad to say, but they do. Even if you get somebody locally, politicians go to the highest bidder. At least we forget about Tennessee Waltz, where all the politicians in Memphis were caught up doing fuck shit. It's what it is. Politics sucks. But I believe Trump will pull it off. Racism is out here still killing COVID. How many of y'all know people that actually caught it or actually died from it? I know one. Since this shit's happened, I've known one person that had COVID. Just the one. Are you back? All right. Add the stream. Boom. Are we in there? Yeah, you're back. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
We are back.
And I
So
hear you.
I'll pick up where we left off. What I was asking you asked why. You said why do men leave, and I was just giving certain scenarios of why men left, and I elaborated on that as you were gone. But what, would you like to start over at that point?
Yes. So can you tell me why the reason is?
I said there are various reasons, but we can't sit here and just act like a man just says, you know what, woman, I don't want to be with you anymore. That's the fairy tale that we like to paint when we say our baby daddies ain't shit and all of that. But we don't tell the part about, well, that man may have told you that he didn't want that child and he had it anyway. We may have we don't talk about where that woman um well you get pregnant. You get pregnant and all of a sudden they don't want to be with you anymore. We don't talk about the women who use the kids as pawns, or you're going to do what I do or you can't see your kids. So those are legitimate reasons why people leave.
Okay. Those are legitimate reasons. I agree with that. Um, but I also, this is the thing, men have to understand as well that even when you leave due to those reasons, there's still a child there. And you know what happens to those children, especially the little girls? They grow up to be the very women that you're talking about right now.
Raised by
So
women, 95%.
not 95%. I still don't believe that. Um,
Well,
um,
whatever percentage you gonna give it, y'all gonna take the most of it.
whatever. I don't understand where you coming up with that.
Because
Because
y'all run the community. Y'all don't need men. How many men are running, other than gay men, how many straight men are running around here saying, I don't need a woman?
well, this is my thing. Why do you need a woman? This is okay. So I guess I'm cut from a different cloth. When you get with somebody, you should never be getting with them out of need in the first place. There should always be, I'm with this person because this is who I want to build with. This is who I want to be with, period, point blank. Now, of course, things happen. Some people don't make it that far. Um, a lot of things can come up and happen. I was in a relationship for almost 22 years of my life, and I left it almost 4 years ago. So things can happen within a relationship. I bet you I wasn't. You wrong for that. If I ever see you, I'm gonna kick you in your ankle.
Let's ask that man.
No, you're not. But it was more so I was tired of being with someone who wasn't trying to build something and just comfortable and stuck in the same spot in life. And I want to move and build and elevate, and not only physically but mentally. So that was my reason. Especially when you start to get older and you get in your 40s, you just ain't got time for certain BS no more. But like I was saying, back to women being 95% of the problem. I still, it's women that actually, there's a lot of women that hold things down. So how can they be the problem if they also holding things down?
I never disputed that. I just gave them 95% of the blame for what's wrong.
What
But I
about for
never
what's
said
right?
all either.
I
That's
know you
where a
didn't.
lot of people need to
I
be.
know you didn't
Well,
say all, but your
I'm talking about
5% is off.
not for you. That's for the people in the back because people see. I clearly say a statement, And they be like, not all, when I never said all. And I always point out to them, y'all accept the generalizations that y'all want to, so fuck y'all. And if I didn't just use a big generalization, nobody would say that they're talking about me.
Understood.
If it's five people in a building and I come in and say it's stanky as hell and hear one of y'all stink, who's gonna say it's them?
Not a damn person. I would hope not. And if they do, then that's one honest mother sucker for you, shall I say.
Come on, give me another. I'm not religious, but I go back to the Bible.
I'm not either.
Adam was chilling on his own, not a care in the world. The woman came. For some odd reason, this nigga turned into a simp. Bam, sin. 95% the woman fault.
Number one, that story didn't exist.
Okay, Cleopatra existed.
Yeah, she did, but so did Julius Caesar. So did Julius Caesar.
5% of the problem.
90% of the problem was the man. Y'all was here first. Y'all should know better.
No, y'all have the power of the PUSSY.
Don't you bring that in here. That ain't no power.
95% of the problem. I don't know any men bumping that song. Or
I would hope not. I'm a woman.
Men letting their daughters hear that.
I'm a woman and I won't pump that song. I'm straight on that.
It's trash. That's why I wouldn't pump it.
Yeah, I gotta, it's examples like that where I can understand why you say what you say. There's I think there's a lot of growth that needs to be done between, especially on the women's end, but I think you just can't point this in one direction. That's all I'm saying. Not 95% either.
If y'all give men the role back as the leaders of the community, then we can take 95%. But when y'all openly say, I don't need a man, and then your child is coming out here being trash, you have to take responsibility.
How can you take responsibility for a child being trash when you only have one half of that the creator there? It's not about, and the man picked the woman. And the man picked the woman. So what?
In the interest of toxic masculinity, I'm going to say women, your only job is to pick a man that is worth a damn to procreate with. If you're unsure about the man that you're about to procreate with, don't have a fucking kid. It's really serious. Men can't bring a child into this world. A man, like, here's how much power y'all have. Y'all can force us to be a dad if we don't want to be. And if we want to be a dad, y'all can kill the child and say no, fuck you. So why wouldn't I give y'all 95% of the blame?
Because it's not, all of that sounds good. Now let's go back to what you let's go back to what you first said. Picking the person, right? So whenever somebody meets somebody, we don't know this when we're young and in love. But you only you only meet the person's representative. You don't meet who they really are. You don't get to really know who a person is until you spent some time. And I learned that. I learned that hard, body. So not only that, and then you got to understand this too.
Well, do you not really know, or are we so enthralled with them we ignore shit?
No. This is true too. But then you also have to think about the fact that as you are growing in life, you change. Who I was 10 years ago is not who I am today. 10 years ago, I believed in Christianity. I believed in a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't today. So you change as an individual as you go along life. Experience is what changes you. So the more experience you have, I agree with you. You should be very careful of who you lay down with and who you have a child with. Number one, if he already has children, is he taking care of those children? And if you get with somebody who you know ain't taking care of children, and you sit there and have one and think he gonna take care of it, then you screwed yourself from the jump. So I definitely agree. There's a lot of things I agree and content. You ain't lying about that.
And don't get married, but have 4 baby daddies. I'm no different because I have 4 baby mamas. But I will always say that was not a good decision. It's not going to be too many women stand up and say, to tell their sons or daughters, you know what? I shouldn't have had all of these kids out of wedlock. I shouldn't have had kids that I couldn't have taken care of.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
But what I can do is tell women, if you do not know the person that you're procreating with, don't have a child. Because that child is your responsibility. No matter what. You were gone when I said if the dad dies while giving birth, you still have to take care of the child by yourself.
And if the mom dies while a woman is giving birth, then what? Because that happens more than
studies show men are better parents than women, so that's not even an issue.
What study? Who studied? Who studied? No, who studied?
The white man.
And look at the white people. Period. Don't get me. Please don't. That's gonna be a.
Don't do that. Don't do that. All races have their crazy motherfuckers. I mean, for every school shooter you can give me, all I gotta do is say, look at Chicago. 58 people got shot on Labor Day weekend. It ain't 58 mass shootings happening for white people throughout the year. Hundreds of niggas getting shot up.
My whole thing is we depend too much on the narrative of white people that we have forgotten who we are as a people to get together and connect.
That stat said men are better parents. That didn't say white men, black men. It
ain't. No, I'm not. Let me go back. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is I don't trust anybody's statistic. I trust life. I trust what I've been through, what I've experienced. That's what I look at. Because people could tell you anything. A statistic is just that, a statistic. It ain't fact.
Really?
Yes, really.
Really?
Really?
So you don't look at murder rate statistics or anything like that.
You know, the more that I'm coming across. Okay, so this might go to a whole nother subject. But the more that I'm looking at television, the more that everything has been going on these past couple of months, why is it only our people being shown on TV being killed? You don't see Asians getting killed. You don't see Jews getting killed. How do we know? How do we know?
I'll give you a story. It happened a couple weeks ago. I can't think of the city. But white guy driving to meet his daughter. He driving. Black guy hits him in the rear end as he's turning in his daughter's driveway. Black guy gets out, shoots the guy that he rear-ended, shot the guy's daughter, killed her. A third person came out the house to help, got shot, didn't die. We heard about the story, but not on a national level. And you know one thing they didn't say? They never said that the killer was black.
Wow. That's a one out of a million.
No, it's not.
It really is. How many? I want you to tell me.
You see me post on my damn page all the time about white people being killed by police because I'm trying to show a narrative that police are bitch to everybody. They kill everybody. They don't just kill us.
You know what? That's true. But you had to dig for that information, right?
No, I didn't.
Well, you went out to YouTube and you found it? What I'm saying?
I had to dig for it no more than I had to dig for George Floyd. I had to do is type white people killed by police, just like black people type in when they want to prove their narrative.
I'm not talking about on YouTube though. I'm talking about on a national level. That's what I'm talking about.
Everywhere. Well, the media brainwashes us like that. That's what they do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I don't see how, with all these murders that have been caught on camera by police, someone would still be willing to do that, knowing the results.
My point exactly. So, does that make sense to you?
Yes, you went into conspiracy hour. But
no. It's not conspiracy. I'm always about what makes sense, not about conspiracy. I'm about what makes sense. It's just like when I think
conspiracy. I like conspiracy. It's okay.
Conspiracy's all right, but you still making sense of what you see, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything's about what makes sense. Like, it's just like, for instance, this is just something I think about when it comes to integration with people. Like when the whole civil rights movement started, right? I always say to myself, now, in this day and age, if I know somebody don't want me to come over to their house, they're telling me LaDawn's not allowed here, she can't come in my house, what would make me want to go fight to go be in that person's house? What would make me want to go fight and sit down at their table, at their dinner table? What would make me want to go fight to drink some water from their house? This person don't want me there. So and I just use that example to say, when I think about things, I always think about what makes sense, because everything pretty much is still the same under the sun. It's just a different day and age. So things are still the same. People still think about things, or things still happen in the same way that they've always happened. But it's the mental thing. So it's like, if it don't make sense to me today, then it don't make sense to me that would have happened all those years ago either. So, and I think about the fact that, look at how many black couples were together back in that time frame. People were together. Holla, I do. You stuck on that 95%.
That's my talking point. I mean that shit. I debated 4 men about that shit the other day for like 3 hours.
So what happens to our men who end up going to prison and decide to make it a career? They come home
and still get to fuck more bitches than a nerd, because the nerd ain't got swag.
You need a hug, but you're right.
Exactly. Because you know it's always a female on Facebook talking about that down ass bitch, stay waiting and count down tomorrow to get home.
Free Ray Ray.
You gotta say, black women ain't checking on the nerd. They're not checking on the goddamn the techie guy. They want the hood nigga. 95% of the problem.
And you know what I think is wrong right here? You talking to the 5%. You talking to one of the 5%. That's what it is, Trey.
I need more like you. I need more of the 5%, because one thing about it, like we say about the police, if the good police aren't speaking up for the bad ones, then they're lumped in. If y'all good women are letting these trash women run around and set the standard, y'all are lumped in with them. Just by association, you can't tell on the outside looking in.
I came up with a word today called mental. Hold up. I mixed the word systematic and mental together.
When I get ready to talk, I'm trying to figure out what's up.
Is there an echo now?
Like when you just, I hear an echo now.
That got worse.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can't do that.
That motherfucker like a smoke detector going off.
But you sound perfect to me right now.
That's the echo. Somebody in the crowd told me shit too.
You got an echo. Yes, so you sound good now. You should ask them if they can hear you now.
Is it better? Well, I can
Well,
tell
I can
I'm
tell
here. I hear
I hear
myself.
myself.
Mm.
When I
When
think
I
it
think
does that sometimes when
sometimes
one
one
part has
part has
headphones and the
headphones
other
and the
one
other.
doesn't.
Oh.
But fuck
But
it, we're
fuck it,
making
we're
it
making
work.
it
What
work.
was that
What
word
was
you
that
made
word you
up?
made up?
Half systematic and half mental. It's a lot of mental people out here, unfortunately. And a lot of things are systematic, whether we want to agree to it or whether we want to see it. A lot of stuff was designed for us to be in the situation we are today as people. And
You
that's
about to
real.
blame it on the white man?
No, I'm not blaming it on nobody, because regardless of, at the end of the day, you're responsible for this. That's something nobody can take from you. Nobody nobody can put a gun to your head, and that's just something nobody can take from you. You think for yourself. But we have too many people out here, like I said, following some kind of narrative that don't exist. You know, it's a sad state of affairs, because like I say, you have these women out here who do make very bad decisions, and you have men out here that make very bad decisions too. And at the
But
end of
we're
the day,
100% to blame for our decisions because we were raised by a single black woman. It's her fault.
it's not, because that father should have been there. Period. I don't care if he's with her or not. If he got to go to court and get rights to have custody, he do that.
Man, fuck that. If
No,
somebody use my
no.
kid as a pawn, that's your baby. The state feels that way any damn way.
And that's another problem. You see this is where I'm going back to systematic. That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming the white people. This is really a systematic thing. Because if you walk into court, you got an issue. It's all together. It's all tied in together. And I do believe, and I really do believe, that once they gave women the option to get rid of their men and take on welfare and government assistance, that was in the 60s, it's been crazy ever since. It went from there to introducing drugs to locking up everybody. We got to go back to fix things. Like we got to go back and start it where the problem came from. But it's like,
I took it back to the beginning of the time for the believers out there. Eve.
Look, Eve, I ain't studying you,
It's
Eve.
believers on the stream, so Eve.
Well, to them, yeah, bless them. Each to each their own. You still hearing that echo?
Yes.
So I guess my question is, so where do we fix the problem? Where does that start? I seen a young woman
by being real with our kids, because we act like we haven't been young before. We act like we don't emulate our parents like our parents weren't our first role model. Like we didn't play house emulating adults.
I also, and you're right. I think everything comes from being honest. You never fix a problem if you ain't honest about what the problem is. Never.
That's why I'm saying, y'all, 95% of the problem.
That's why you need a hug. Every time you say that, I gotta laugh at your tail, because you so.
And you like, this nigga got a point.
You got a couple of points, but I still ain't gonna never agree with you on 95% when it takes two people to make a baby.
75-25, I'm satisfied.
I'll maybe give you 65. Maybe.
Right. I can get you to 75. If you at 65, I can get you to 75. Just come up with another issue.
No.
We already in jail. I can say the women totally child support system. That's 100% them. Women of colors finance that motherfucker. That's 100% them. Men
That's
don't
deep.
even, when men have child support orders against women, they don't put them through the hell that we get put through. We're not trying to get them locked up. I don't even think the state trying to garnish their money.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I gotta say, my mother had me when she was 14. But my mother was a different breed, of course. You know, she taught herself to become an accountant and lied about her age so that she never had to go in the system. And that's just what she was willing to do. That was a sacrifice she made because she knew she brought me here. And my biological dad wasn't around. So she did it on her own. And she was determined that I wasn't. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's mental.
Her choice affected you.
It did. In a good way. Because it made me a person who's a go-getter. There's nothing that I can never say that anybody would be responsible for me educating myself. My mother taught me, go to the library if you don't understand something. Pick up a book. Educate yourself on anything you want to know. You could teach yourself to become an accountant. And she showed me. She did it herself. And she makes good money doing it. So that was something that did stick with me all my life. If I want to know something, I'm going to go educate myself on it. No, I wanted to, but I don't, because I realized, I honestly feel like had he been a part of my life, I probably would have been more fucked up on some real stuff. Real talk. So I think had he been in the picture, I probably would have seen a lot of arguments, a lot of fighting, because my mother don't play. I come from two. I seen it with other people's families, not mine. My mom, when she found the guy that she was going to be with, it took her a while. People actually kind of questioned, does she like men? Because she was like, I wasn't just letting any man around my daughter. And she was like that. I remember being a young girl. She didn't do that. So when she did finally, yeah, real talk. Because when she did finally find the man that she wanted to be with, he's still here today. Been in my life since I was 10 years old. And a good man. That's my dad. You know what I mean?
That's a serious issue. These women have all types of men around the kids.
And you think about, a lot. Me and my mom have a lot of conversations. And, unfortunately, some people do bring children here and they don't even want them. And it shows because they don't take the time with them. And that's on both parts, men and women. They don't attempt to do anything. They want their child to go through. If I had to go through it, you got to go through it. Some people are like that. Instead of saying, listen, I know what's coming up ahead. I'm going to drop this bit of knowledge. Nope, I'm going to say some people because men are the same. The daddies, and then you think about the daddies and these young men out here who have no respect for nothing and nobody. So we need men. You are just as important as a woman is. And I think that is like, I don't understand where the disconnect is from that. Like, there's a disconnect there.
It's in the description box and it's in the comment section too. But I don't think I can't drop it. It's in the description box, so there you can get in.
Yeah, but there's a lot. There are a lot of bitter people living in this earth. There's been a lot of, I'm pretty sure any young woman who has been molested or touched in a messed up way always wondered where her father was. You get what I'm saying? And then there's those messed up mothers who know it's going on and won't do anything about it, and will sit there and continue to have relationships with men who they know is doing what they're doing to their child just so they can say they got somebody. And that's what I'm saying. Or even in the
where the old uncle pervert is allowed to, and they tell the kids to stay away from him, but that's not
right.
protecting them.
That's not.
That's the women saying this family stuff. Don't let our people be this out.
Right. And there's
95% Give it to me.
No, because I'm talking about the nasty behind men who do it. I want you to.
I can't say anything about that. Those guys are 100%, but mom gave them access, and those men had some type of had something happen to them as a kid, probably under the supervision of a single mom.
So think
who would drop their kid out to the football coach and don't care. I had to check about like on my oldest kid. Like this, there was this weird pastor guy. I don't trust the motherfuckers, but he was taking interest in my son, and I thought it was weird. And I told his mama and them I wanted to meet him, and I said once I meet him, I said if he still comes around, he a genuine dude. I said if he don't, he ain't come around.
Did you know what time it was?
Yes.
That's deep.
You have to.
You do. You really, really do. Yeah. And there's too many people that don't that can't be by themselves. They can't seem to love themselves enough that they would just accept anything and anybody into their world and into their children's lives, just to, like I said, to have somebody. That's a sad state of a sad place to be. You know what I mean? And there's like I said, and going back, there's a lot of mental issues that come from these young women and men who have been sexually molested and abused as children, or even physically and verbally abused as a child. You know.
Oh, I'm listening.
You sideways now. See, that's exactly what your 95% is. Sideways.
Whatever. It hits home.
You know I love you, Trey.
Everything can go back to that single parent mom, that strong, independent black woman.
Yeah. But there's a lot of strong, independent black women who raise very good children, who go on to be very successful.
I ain't talking about them.
Why are you not talking about them? You need to talk about them.
Do we talk about the good cops, or do we just talk about the fucked up ones?
I don't know any, so I can't speak on that. I'm just saying I don't know any. I ain't saying they don't exist. I don't know any.
So every cop you've encountered has given you a hard time.
This is the thing. Luckily, I haven't had too many encounters with cops. I would probably say maybe 2 times in my lifetime. But I've seen them do a lot of messed up stuff. I lived in a very
good stuff too. They're the first ones to run in for active shooter situations and all type of shit.
I guess. I guess there's some out there. I guess there's some out there, but they're far few and in between.
So this is what you're saying. Every police officer is bad.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I haven't come across. I have yet to see cops in where I came from. I'm gonna put it this way: where I came from, I never saw cops in the community out there. You know, like how sometimes you see.
Text you the link, Terrence. I can't answer because I'm on the stream, but I text you the link.
Yeah, like when I see those videos of cops playing with kids in the park, I never saw that in my neighborhood. I never seen cops, you know.
Because you only saw that on TV, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you.
That shit even happened in their neighborhoods.
When I saw cops, they were stomping the mess out of somebody, or it's my experience. Can't take it from me.
What hidden colors are you on?
Who? I don't watch it. What's hidden? What's that? I go by experience, Trey. I go by experience. Well, you do know what my last name is, right? My last name is Newton. I come from a strong family of Black Panthers. So yes, I'm a bit of a rebel.
That's a colonizing name.
Whatever. His whole country colonized.
Ancestors' last name wasn't Newton.
No, Huey was actually really family. My great grandfather and his grandfather were brothers. So yes, that's real family right there. But yeah, Trey. It's so
we have a contender. We got somebody want to challenge me on this 95%.
Yeah, yes. Bring on it. I hope it's a sister.
What's going on, y'all?
Or is it a dickhead co-host that just say he show up when the fuck he want to?
What's going on?
He a nigga. He don't believe in showing up on time. He just like fuck it.
No, bro.
I show up
no,
every
bro. Had to take care of them women, man. I cleaned up. I had to make my wife and daughter some dinner.
Hey,
that's what I'm talking about.
And so I had to make sure them women were good, man. You didn't see me the link yet, man. You know what I'm saying? I just happened to come on Facebook and catch y'all in business, and I want to get on you. That's all it is to it. Now what were we discussing, y'all?
He's saying 95. Hope I want to tell him what you. Go ahead.
The 95% of the blame that I place on the Black woman, the Black queen, even though she's a crack fiend.
You know what? Me and Mark had this discussion earlier.
I don't know who Mark is.
I'm sorry, me and Moneyboy. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse my rudeness. Miss Moonchild, Mello, how you doing?
You got some headphones,
Mr. Thomas, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
If I blow smoke in your face, excuse me.
It's all right.
Okay. But me and Mark had this discussion earlier. And what I was trying to tell Mark was this.
Who is Mark?
I'm sorry, Moneyboy, I'm sorry.
He sounds like a great guy.
What I was trying to tell Moneyboy was this, man. Women are at fault. Now, I don't know if it's 95%. I don't think it's that high.
Thank you.
I think that men have to own some of it.
Thank you.
But see, the problem is, and here is where we differ, Mello. Okay. Every talk show on TV, every book being written is criticizing the Black man. We have talk shows that come on every morning that dog Black men out. We have Black men come on. We have Black women come on TV every day to dog the Black man out. But see, you can't find no talk show where Black men can sit on the round table and talk about these systems. You see what I'm saying? And so the Black woman is the most tipped around, is the most sensitive being on our planet.
Not on toxic masculinity.
I'm not saying. Now, I'm not saying this is why that is, but I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna say this from my perspective. So, the reason I think that is because while everyone is trying to say the Black woman is angry, she's like you just said, people tiptoe around it. Y'all have to also understand the weight that's on her to take care of child or raise children on her own.
But sometimes y'all take that load on yourself.
I keep saying she picked the nigga.
Sometimes y'all take that load on yourself. See.
Well, how do you figure though? How do you figure we take?
That's another contradiction. You see what I'm saying? Okay. For example, we all talk about the ne'er-do-well absent father. You know what? And those are parasites. But we don't ever talk about the man that's trying to do right, but is unable to see his child because the mama has decided to weaponize the child against the father.
You are very right about that.
I spoke on it earlier.
See what I'm saying? It's an
That's
unbalanced
true.
discussion. If me and you gonna both throw our shit in the yard, then we both gonna get hit with some shit.
Right.
It can't be you throwing your shit in the yard and I'm the only person getting hit.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. Now, I've also brought this point too, that we as men, you have black entertainers who have made millions of dollars disrespecting the black woman.
Very true.
Calling y'all bitches, calling y'all hoes, calling y'all this, calling y'all that. I'm against that too. But we so busy.
Hold up, their mama called them that before a rapper ever did. Their moms called them that before a rapper ever did. You black bitch, you black hoe, you ain't shit, your dad ain't shit, you look like your daddy.
That's true.
Mark and Mello, my point is this.
Ain't no but Mark, you just blamed it on the rappers. You just blamed it on the rappers who encounter these kids as teenagers and shit. The moms are calling them that before.
You know what? And Mark, you're totally right. But I only want to make one difference. When you have a platform to reach millions, see, if you call a woman a black bitch, you hear that. Your partners hear that. If Snoop Dogg called a woman a black bitch, you got millions of kids hearing that. You know what I'm saying? So there is a difference. Just because
man, look. Man,
people have to take. There has to be some responsibility.
Yes,
5%.
Everybody has to take responsibility.
What part of 5% aren't y'all hearing? And I only give us 5% because we fucked up due to our moms.
No, you're not, because some of y'all was raised by your mama and your daddy. Now, we can't say a lot of people.
I wasn't raised by my daddy. All I got is my mom's experience to go on. My dad did not do anything to me or influence me in any type, way, shape, form, or fashion. He never called me a name, any of that. He never spanked me, nothing.
You got
Mom did all of that.
Your father.
My mom charged me rent at 14 working until I left the house. Not my dad.
She's trying to make you responsible.
What life was going to make me responsible. I didn't need you taking my money from me as a team that I worked for.
Oh, that's a different story.
Now, you said she was teaching. What about giving me a savings account with my money so I could have had a car or stocks and bonds or something like that? Is that not very responsible?
How many
responsibility?
Can I ask you a question? How old was your mom when she had you?
She was born in 55. I don't know. She was damn near 30, I think.
Okay, so she kind of had some experience. She was a little bit grown. Because, Mark I was getting ready to say.
I'll give her credit for having the same baby daddy. I'll give her credit for having the same baby daddy. What y'all are getting right now, she is 95% of the blame. If y'all don't like me, yes, my mama is black. She is 95% of what you're hearing right now.
That nigga part lost a rapper. He came out one of them damn dinosaur eggs.
He's pterodactyl.
Yeah.
But you know what?
But Mello, that's not deny the fact that the black woman takes no responsibility for her destruction that she has created. Black men get blamed for all destruction in the black community. Black women take on none of that responsibility.
You know what? I kind of agree with that, and I kind of don't. You know why I kind of don't?
That's what
that dude on the other side saying 95%.
What Mark's saying is, y'all are allowed to do okay. Everybody's about the single mom. Why ain't these black leaders trying to pass laws to make it easier for men to see their kids, to make it easier to co-parent, to make it easier?
I agree with that.
Look,
I just said that,
but your child.
Right, exactly. I agree with that 100%. So I just told him that. Yeah, I
what
do
Bubba
think
was
I
saying
think the
is
laws are
the
crazy that
what
that
Black is
men
saying is
can't
the
see
Black
that.
woman can blaze a path of destruction through the community, but she never gets called out on.
Hmm. I honestly don't. I do believe that women are beginning to get called out on a lot of stuff. Main reason we're
When?
having this conversation.
When?
Why are we having this
You
conversation
gotta
now?
say men get unfriended and blocked and called toxic. That's why I'm a toxic motherfucking masculinist, because we need more of it. Because
Yes.
y'all have ruined
Yes.
the community
Yes.
with all this sissy shit.
Yes. That is totally correct.
All this. Well, if y'all need to step up. Y'all
See,
need to
now there
step
you go.
up.
Now there you go.
Y'all
Y'all need
co-sign
to
all the
step
sissy
There you go.
shit.
up.
But
Black
see,
men didn't make Tyler
Y'all,
Perry rich.
but hold
Y'all
on.
did.
y'all
But hold on.
need
Y'all
to
watch them
step
stories of the
up.
woman get beat by her man and the
Look,
woman getting molested and all of that shit. Black women supported
listen.
that.
You don't know how many men I know watch Tyler Perry. I know more men that watch
Gay.
that than I do.
Okay, but look,
Gay.
when Tyler Perry gonna go ahead and admit he gay?
He not.
Tyler Perry gay as hell.
Man, look, if you don't think dude gay, your gaydar broke.
Man, your gaydar broke. Dude gay. You got $1 billion, you ain't never whipped no woman. You ain't
Supposedly he's
never
engaged, guys. He's
man, that man.
Man,
engaged.
who cares if he's gay? But I'm just saying shit. He produces like that's who supports him. Black women are the biggest supporters of homosexuality in the world.
But then
Hold up.
you don't need no man. So why you got my son around your gay ass partner?
I got a question for y'all. Let me ask y'all a question. If you're building a house, right? Yeah, this is something you gotta think about. So if you building a house and if everybody that shows up to your house only knows how to make a door, what are you gonna have?
What was your question again?
If you're building a house, let's say you put in an ad, you're trying to build a house, and all these workers show up, but everybody only knows how to build doors. They only know how to install doors. What are you gonna have?
You're gonna have a personal issue because you called some people that only knew how to make doors.
No, I didn't call anybody. I said I'm building a house. I need people to come.
That's your
Everybody
slow
that
ass.
show up only knows how to build doors. That's it.
I got this comment from reading and
That's a
blocking my
consumer
friends.
issue. That is your fault. You're the woman 95%. But to answer your question, I am not my dad. I don't parent like my dad. So I did something totally different. I don't know what his background was coming
Well,
up.
I see you
I don't know
listen
why
to
him
me.
and my mom broke up, but I don't parent like him.
I am going to tell you that whenever I see you face to face on site, me and your ankles, okay?
Where do you live, Ladon?
You gonna hit him in the ankle.
I'm in Greenville, North Carolina. But
You in Greenville, North Carolina?
yes, sir.
I cannot find my fucking
So
wallet.
anyway, I guess
So
my point.
y'all biggest corporation is what? Slavery?
Look, I just got here, okay? I only been here since March, but I grew up in Connecticut and like right next door to New York.
Black people are in Connecticut?
Whole bunch.
You
It's
saw
good.
bad
It's
police in
good.
Connecticut. You full of shit.
Black people in
You
Connecticut?
know, all I want you to do is Google Bridgeport, Connecticut, and tell me what you see.
Oh, them niggas up in Bridgeport.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? Your
Bridgeport
mom
was
moved
worse
you
than
there,
Hey,
so
Brooklyn
hey,
at
you're
hey,
one
too.
point in time.
95%.
Hey, Hartford too.
Yes.
It's
New
plenty of black
Haven
folks in
too.
Hartford.
Your
Yes.
mom moved you there, 95% her fault. Next.
You know what?
So
Mellow, true
bad.
story. I played an AAU game at the Hartford Civic Center when I was about 14.
Wow. How was it? Was it back in the 90s?
Yeah.
It was crazy back then too. Hartford and Bridgeport was off the chain in the 90s.
I mean,
But
it's a hood everywhere.
yeah, very much so.
I mean, look, it's a hood and
Wow.
I bet the hood ain't getting shot up like the black hoods.
Right now, I think Bridgeport has over 50 murders right now.
50 murders? We do that in a day in Memphis.
See, then y'all real hood, but Bridgeport is only probably the size of one of y'all towns, like real small. But what goes on there is ridiculous.
But you know what? In all seriousness, you seem like a person who we can just have this conversation with. See, I'm the type of person, I don't wear my feelings. So if you want to criticize my demographic, which is the 40s, which is the black man, I'm open to that. The problem is everybody's not
Put the volume down on your phone, son, to try to cut the feedback down, T, because you got an echo too.
So
I guess
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know what where I was going with my point with the house was, if you don't have all components to build a house, if you don't have a plumber, an electrician, if you don't have somebody that knows how to do roofing, then your house is not going to be the house that you need it to be. And the bottom line to everything is, there are a lot of broken people out here due to bad mothers, due to absent fathers, due to bad fathers. That's the bottom line. It's you can't place the blame on one and not the other. We don't know what people's situations are.
But
some people are so toxic you can't even have a relationship
in
with
a
them.
business, if something goes wrong, is the manager gonna get fired or the worker?
It depends on what happened, but most of the time the worker.
So somebody gets most of the blame. There you go. I just happen to give them 95%.
But sometimes it don't even be the worker's fault.
True. That's a good point. What I'm saying is, you just got done saying. You just got done saying.
The man was just the worker.
I can't with him. He just need a hug.
I ain't got nothing behind that. I can't even. That's a remix. That's a remix. You know how you when you was in the club and the DJ dropped a remix that you done first heard? That's Mark is the conversation DJ. He'll drop a remix in a minute.
Every time.
You'll think you making a point, but then Mark go remix. But no, but see, Mello, you just got done saying men step up. Okay, there's a lot of men that do need to step up, but it's a whole lot of women that step down.
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you got you a good man, quit running the street with your friends. Get home and make sure that man got some food when he get home from work.
Right.
Get back in that kitchen.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a good man, I'm gonna tell you something. Why is it that only black women walk around saying I don't need no man?
Because you know what? Honestly, it's really not that they don't. I know personally a few women who have been so hurt that they have to believe that. That has to be their narrative. It's just like, when you need help, but people keep asking you, trying to offer it to you, and you like, I don't need your help.
But you know what? Chemotherapy hurts too. You don't hear no cancer patient going, I don't need no chemotherapy.
That would probably be me. I'd probably be the one person. That's real talk.
If you're gonna do that, then you may as well not even go to the doctor.
So
pretty much.
Point is, man, the nutrition that the black community needs, we refuse to adhere to.
We
You
are
know what I'm
different
saying?
species out here in this world, honestly. I don't care what nobody say. Call me. You could call me what you called me earlier. I forgot what he called me. Miss Black Power. We're different species out here. We move differently. We're part of the sun. We're part of this world, this nature. And
So
we
why
do.
don't
We
so why don't black men walk around? So why don't black men walk around telling black women to step up?
because but think about this. If a woman is already dealing with working, okay, 8 and 10 hour shifts, sometimes 2 jobs to take care of her kids.
Hold on
Okay.
now. You've been a little bit of a hypocrite.
No, I'm not. I'm saying to you, if it was vice versa, let's say you the man, right? And you taking care of a child by yourself. Now, Trey, I know Trey can kind of he understands. Y'all do it. But this is the thing. I ain't gonna go that far. I'm not going that far with you. We're not gonna have that discussion. But
don't take
but
my word for it. Use Google.
it's not about, it's really about anger. And that's what men have to understand. Women are angry.
So we can't be angry.
Of course you can. I'm not saying that you should. Y'all have a reason to be angry
But
too.
see,
But
but
this
here's
is
the
the
difference.
thing. Just hold on, wait. Let me just finish this point, my brother. This is the thing. We're angry and we don't take time to, like how we're having this conversation right now. A lot of people can't have this conversation without it getting escalated. People
Absolutely.
can't sit down and have because you got to get to the root of the problem. And this is what's going to continue to happen. A
But the
whole bunch
black
of angry
woman never wants
women.
to do that.
What
She
happened?
always wants to lash out.
You can't
That's
tell a black woman what to do. You can't tell me what to do. I'm grown.
you can though. It's not what you, it's not how you do, it's how you do it. That's what I'm gonna say. How you do it.
Your mama didn't care how she did it. She just did it. Do I need to put the comment back on the screen?
What you mean? What you mean your mama didn't? Yeah, I didn't see this comment. Let me read that for a second.
No.
Mm. Mm. Yep. And see,
It's not how you. It's not how. So
no,
we're used
it
to
is.
shit being said to us in a fucked up way from our mom.
I gotta say, a
Too
lot
many
of,
men running around calling their daughters bitches and hoes. I'm
but a
sorry,
lot,
it's just not.
and ain't too many men there be calling them their daughters
The
bitches and
ones
hoes
that the
either.
ones that the ones that do exist still are saying, "Hey, bitch, go sit down. Go sit your little hot ass down."
Yeah. And
Ain't no
now
men saying that.
we're in a culture where women are misogynistic against each other. And that's okay.
Very much so.
And that's okay.
Very much so.
Women say suck
I
my
have
dick
to.
more than men.
You're right about that. Now, this
See,
is the thing.
we used to have a
My
black
circle,
woman. We used to have a black woman that fought those labels, the bitch and the whore label. Now we live in a generation of black women who take on those labels. I want to be
right,
a bitch. I want to be a
right.
thought. I
That's
want to be a
true.
hoe. I want to twerk on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. You want to get treated like a lady?
Right.
But
That's very true.
but I have to be absolutely perfect as a black man to be treated as a man?
Hmm. That's a deep thing.
I have to walk. I have to work 10 hours a day. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this for not only white people to respect me, but for my own black woman to respect me. But now you have these women who are living these negative stereotypes, and I'm told as a man, treat her like a lady.
Trying to see if the mic fixed.
That's what we mean by toxic masculinity. Like grown men like me and MONEYBOY, we don't have no vehicle to express ourselves. If we don't go along with the think tank, with the narrative, because you know the black community only has one narrative. We're not like other communities and can take on different opinions and absorb different views. We are thinking monolith. And so anytime you come outside the norm of the black community and you black and you think outside the box, oh, you get called Uncle Tom, you get called a sellout, you get called a coon. And these things, like, we have a presidential nominee right now who's never been black except when it became convenient for her to be black.
Mm. Don't get me started on that. It's a whole nother.
This woman unlocked more men up. California has the #1 incarceration rate. Go look at what she's done. And all of this gets erased just so she can be black.
Yeah.
Name me one black man that would have gotten that treatment. Well, we throw out your whole record and we just absorb you into our community.
Leave out and come back in, hit leave and come back in and see if it fixes the echo.
Who, me?
Yeah. That's why I disappeared. It didn't work for me. Just leave and come right back in. Just add yourself back in.
I'm trying to see if I can find my little headphone, because you said it's probably because I don't have my headphone on that echo's happening.
Because I'm just hearing it on my end, and I got mine in. It started off without one, though, which is fucking strange.
Hold on one second. I'm just gonna see if I can find my little headset, my little earpieces. Okay, I did. I found them. Let me see if they come on now. That's a whole nother ball game.
Is that better?
It's still echoing. But I think it's because headphones typically take away the echo. But just cut your volume down.
Hey, do I need headphones?
If you got some, that would be great.
Hold on.
Okay, I got mine on. Give me.
I hear you.
No, just connected.
You sound like a transformer. But yeah,
Give me
you
one
see how
moment.
the 95% just keep popping back up? 95% of the problem. This is Toxic Masculinity, episode 6. Typically, we do this on YouTube, but I'm on Facebook tonight checking out the analytics. So, go make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page. Y'all, please fuck with me. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers before the week is out. I got 276. Fuck with me. I know y'all like me because y'all watch me.
Is that better?
Y'all don't unfriend me. Y'all unfriend me, but you don't block me. When
Is that better?
done with a person, when I'm done with a person, I don't unfriend them. I block them because I don't want to remember that person. I don't want to see them. It's okay. So just help a brother out. Go to
what
my
happened
YouTube
to Mello?
page, hit subscribe. She was connecting her blue. Okay, you back. I fucked around and hit the wrong button trying to add you back in. He got headphones too, and it seems like the echo is gone. Yay. I hope the middle part just isn't so unbearable that people stop watching, because I think I proved my case saying that they're 95% of the problem. But yeah, it doesn't seem like anybody has an echo right now. We back. No echo.
I think that the 95%, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good.
I think the 90.
Ladon, you muted yourself, Ladon. Unmute yourself.
I think
Hit
the
the
90.
microphone icon. You're muted still. Hit the microphone icon.
You talking to me?
Now, Mellow Moonchild, she's muted.
It's right by your name, baby.
Microphone. I may be able to do it. Let me see. Can't unmute your guest mic and connected. It says your mic isn't connected. Okay. Add to stream.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes, you have two stream.
Oh,
Okay. Let me.
I'm in there twice.
Yeah, I know. You good. You're fixed.
How
I don't know how I did it.
okay, can
Yes.
y'all hear me?
No.
Yep,
Yes, there are no
You can
echoes.
hear
I
me?
just hope the
I can hear you.
middle. Yeah, I hope the middle portion wasn't so unbearable that people tuned out. But yeah, 95%. I'm winning. Come on, T. I'm winning. Before you left earlier, that's why I said you seemed like your percentage was going up. Might not have been 95, but it was rising. I got her to
No, man.
75.
I honestly, um, we've had this discussion before. I don't know if the percentage is that high, but you sure make a great point. All I was saying was that, and you've made this point before, that we as men need to take more accountability for the women we deal with, and women need to take more accountability for the dudes they deal with. You know what I'm saying? If you was thinking about building a life with somebody, if you was thinking about having something substantive, something long lasting with somebody, then you know what? There wouldn't be all these baby mamas and baby daddies. It wouldn't be all these. If you were with somebody for the right reasons and trying to build something, then the problem is that people get into relationships for the wrong reason. If it ain't somebody that you can build something with, then fuck them. Forget what
Facts.
kind of car they driving. Forget how much money they got. If this person ain't about building something with you, and they can constantly put a baby up in you, then as a woman, you need to take responsibility for this shit.
At 95% that you
So
are.
so that's all I'm saying. Like, we as black men, we take our criticism. You turn on any channel, you read any magazine, you watch any daytime talk show. Oh yeah, a black man getting criticized, but it ain't fair. The woman, the black woman, just can't be criticized, man.
Not at all. As
And
soon as you
so,
say something, you gay, your mama black, you self-hating, you're coon, you sell out, who hurt you. When you get through, what they gotta do with what the fuck I just said to you? Does what I said to you apply or not? That's
and
the main issue
yeah,
that I have with people. People they come in and they get offended and oh, I'm a black woman and you offended me, your mama black. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Your daddy black, you say niggas ain't shit. Your daddy black, you picked the ain't shit nigga. Your daddy black, you got four baby daddies. What the fuck? Like, what does that have to do with anything? What does it have to do with you personally, miss? You can't tell me shit. I don't need a man.
exactly. But once again, you may not want no man. You may not need no man, but your kids need a man.
That link is still available, everybody, to jump in. See, you came
Well,
back and there go the damn echo again.
my earpiece is acting up. So I
You
was just
sound good.
honestly going to tell you guys that I'm just going to watch from the background because I don't want to keep an echo in there and everybody not, able to hear y'all.
No,
But
go ahead.
I don't want the.
But it's gonna echo on my end when I talk.
I know. So I'm gonna watch from the background.
No,
I'm
we
gonna still
want your input. Just keep talking. We'll get through it. We'll get through it.
You're echoing now too. She's causing everybody to echo. What, did you cut your volume down on your phone?
no. It's like
Not
as
you,
soon as I
Tara.
plug, as soon as I plug my headset, my earphones in, when I go to talk, they're saying it doesn't catch my voice. So I don't. I'll try and figure that out. Give me about another minute or two, okay?
Are we
Okie dokie.
Facebook Live right now?
Yes, we are live on Facebook. I'm using it for the analytics. You know, typically toxic masculinity is pretty much a YouTube show, but just for sake of analytics, I'm on Facebook right now.
Good.
When I get through, I'll be able to go back and tag you and shit. But yeah, dang. So I know headphones is the key. I wasn't sure because we started out without one and then we went to it. But
Bro, you see that Boston
question.
Toronto game?
I was watching it, but I wouldn't. Like, I guess I'm more thrilled than I thought because apparently I smoked this whole blunt and didn't realize it. But question, what do you think about Stephen A. Smith saying that white privilege was given to Steve Nash?
It was a crock. And let me also say this behind that. Okay? I'm going to I am going to try to add some rationale to why Stephen said what he said. First of all, what Stephen said was horse crap. There's a number of black men, Doc Rivers, Derek
Tyron
Fisher,
Lue.
Teron Lue. They have been, well, no, Teron Lue was assistant for some years.
They said head coaching experience.
Okay.
That was his caveat. That's why he misspoke.
Well, I mean, and the stupid part about it is every coach is a first time coach at some point
With no head coaching experience.
with no
Bingo.
head coaching. But let me also, I'm not going to defend Stephen A's comments, but I am gonna try to soften the blow a little bit. Okay. Stephen A has the largest platform for a black man on TV. Okay. And so Stephen A takes it upon himself sometimes to overstep when it comes to rhetoric about racism. Because as a man with his platform, I think he feels pressure to do that. The reason that Stephen A is in that time slot is because he's popular, and also because these networks know that the highest number of men out of work are in the black community. And so they push a lot of their black programming into the daytime. A lot of these main networks, ESPN, ABC, NBC, that's what they do. And so Stephen A gets caught up in that. Instead of just trying to be factual and give a good rational answer, sometimes he feels the need to put a racial tone on it when there's no racial tone at all to it. All right. There is no racism involved in Steve Nash getting hired. None. All right. Magic
Man,
Johnson Magic Johnson got hired to coach the Lakers 2 years after he left. All right.
bruh, Tyron Lue just turned down the Lakers job. Somebody was trying to make the argument they don't get exclusive jobs. And I was like, well, you forgot Mark Jackson had Golden State a year before they went three in a row or two in a row. I was like, you forgot that Brooklyn just had Jason Kidd. He was with the Bucks. Jason Kidd coached the Greek Freak.
That's why I say the rebuttal to what Stephen A said is so obvious. He is so obviously out of line by saying that he was trying to overcompensate for the black community. You see what I'm saying? Because because his comment was baseless. It was so obviously baseless.
I just have to take this time to point out that the echo is back. So, with my 95% analogy, LaDon, you were 95% of the problems going on with the echo. Just point that out, black woman. Bam! I am undefeated. Boy, I am dodging these things like Mayweather.
I think you're
Somebody
full
that
of it.
wants to disagree, the link is in the comments. It ain't that many damn comments that I know of, so it's in there. And I also put it in the title, so it should be easy to find.
So, but Stephen A, that was a no-brainer. Charles Barkley shot him down really well on Inside the NBA the other night. He shot him down really well, and that's the
You
one.
know,
That's the
you
reason I
know their
love to hear
comeback
Chuck
to
talk.
Chuck was their comeback to Chuck was you got a white wife.
They said that.
They always say that every time Chuck keep it real, they always say that. Just always they come back. You know who comeback that is?
Who?
Black women.
Well, you know what?
95% of the problem.
So what if? So
Cardi
what if?
B, Cardi
So
B talking about Candace Owens' husband being white and talking about she ain't being pimped by the system. And I was like, hold up, Cardi B. I had to add her. I'm like, so you dance at a strip club for black men owned by a white guy. Okay, so you pimped by a white guy at a strip club. Okay, so then you went to Love and Hip Hop where a black woman gave you the script owned by a white guy on the network. So then you were pimped there. Then you signed a record deal owned by a white guy, selling your records to black people. But you say you ain't being pimped. I said, sis, that's all you know. And I added her on IG and Twitter. It was too funny.
and here's the thing about it. Kamala Harris can have a white husband and get the nomination. Do you think if Barack Obama had a white wife that he would have been president?
No. What
So
about the chick that Meghan Markle? She got to have a white husband. As Candace pointed out, Serena Williams got to have a white husband.
and how come? And how come we
All the
never?
females on TV get to have white husbands. All the
And
black
how
chicks
come
on
we
TV
never?
get to have
How
white
come we
husbands.
never bring up Serena's and Venus's white husband?
Because men don't care, women do. We don't give two shits about it.
And
It's not until we get ready to
yes,
date outside our race that's the problem.
and I've had the white wife thing thrown up in my face.
I'm still waiting on you to hook me up,
Uh,
bro. I told you to
it's
tell Ann to hook a brother up.
well, the white wife argument is for people who don't have anything else. They ain't got nothing else. They're done. They're out. When anybody wants to attack you personally, you know that you've defeated them rhetorically. That's just what it is. So
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Toxic Masculinity on Facebook, probably for one night fucking only. So what I need you to do
see
if
that
you want
cup?
to keep seeing this shit is
See
to
that
go
cup?
to YouTube and hit subscribe. And
Yep.
there you will see the other 5 episodes that are currently up. Fuck with your boy, Money Boy Trey.
And
Subscribe.
Terrence Thomas. This toxic
This,
masculinity is
this,
spreading.
this, this is
We
the
are.
nigga. You know what? You are the Black Tony of toxic masculinity. Nigga, you don't never come to work. You know who Black Tony is after Ricky Smiley show?
Yeah.
You don't ever come to
Hey
work.
man, I be busy.
See, that's what I'm saying. Black Tony be busy too.
Man, you know what's on my plate right now. Don't play.
Nigga shit.
No, man. Moving, getting the house ready, trying to sell this condo, everything. Bro, you know I got plenty on my plate right now. It ain't even.
Wham, wham, wham,
Hey,
wham, wham.
I tell you what, whenever you get ready to sell your house and you gotta put about $4 or $5,000 into it to sell it, you gotta get the tile done, you gotta get it repainted, you gotta get this done, you gotta get that done, you gotta get that done, you gotta get that done. Bruh, when you go through it, good Lord willing, I'll be there for you. And when you start complaining,
95% Ladon.
you know,
95% Ladon.
who the hell is
Type what percentage I persuaded you to in the comment section, Ladon. And again, thank you for being the only woman with cojones to say, you know what, I disagree with you on this one. Let's talk about it.
yeah. Her
Shout
coming
out to
on
you for that.
her coming on on the toxic masculinity show is like a man going to a baby shower.
Hey, they're pushing that now.
Hmm?
I said they pushing that now. They trying to make that a thing. Hey, who Ladon? Real shit. Who pushed the skinny jean craze? Black women, 95%. I win again. This shit is easy. Hit the link, people. If you want to come on and dispute it, come on. Come on. You be typing shit, talking to me all day, every day. You roll, you a cool, you self-hating. Come on and explain to me where I'm wrong and how I'm self-hating by just
Hell,
telling black women to
who's
accept some
leading?
responsibility.
Who's
Like
leading Black
it's
Lives
it's hard to
Matters?
even get black women to accept 50% responsibility. That's why I give it to them so fucking high. It doesn't matter what number. If I gave them 5%, you know what? They would still say that's too fucking much.
And guess what? When it comes to all this rioting and looting and destruction, these public tantrums, these are out of control young people who grew up with what? Their mama's emotional patterns.
It took too man. Yes, it does. It takes the man. You gotta say, but we're powerless when it comes to y'all. Like y'all do realize when we get erections, we lose logic. We at 5% thinking capacity right there. That's when we fuck up. Thinking without dick.
You by yourself on that one.
So you thinking with your dick never got you in trouble.
Nope.
Well, four baby mamas thinking with my dick got me in trouble.
Hey, just call it target practice.
Yeah, I'm tired. I say hopeless romantic with the weak pullout game.
But so, Mark, I'm just curious.
I don't know who that is.
I'm sorry, Mel Trey. With your
Or yeah, there you go.
Trey, with your current social positioning, how do you navigate your relationship with your baby mama?
Um, you mean what do they agree with the shit I say?
I'm just saying, how do you navigate the day to day relationship with your baby mama? Seeing as how you feel,
Oh, I don't.
because I know there's some daily maintenance to those
There's oh,
relationships.
we're all of it. You gotta say honestly, we don't talk, but the kids get. We don't.
So you
There's
don't talk
nothing
to
for.
none of your baby mamas.
I tell you, the first two, the first one we're cordial. We say yes, yes. There's only one that I don't talk to. Number three is the only one that I don't talk
But
to
what
because
about the
I got.
general conversation of how you
Oh,
doing, how my son
it's
doing, you need anything, blah blah
yeah,
blah blah blah.
yes. Well, hell, they at the point where they just have the kids call me when they need anything. But I mean, we're cordial. It's not like we hate each other. We're cordial. But there's not much that we actually need to talk about because my kids are old enough to talk to me themselves.
Don't you do you think it's necessary to maintain a good relationship with your baby mamas just for the kids' sake?
Yes, if it's able to happen, absolutely. If it can't be, then no. In some situations, it's like with as I said, I'm cordial, but with my first two, like there's it used to always be an argument. So just cut down on arguing. You stop talking to them, and you just start talking to the child more. The
Hmm.
child gets more comfortable talking to you now. Like there's stuff like issues going on in school or something. Of course, we'll call and talk like that. But as far as hey, how you doing and chit chat, no, that's not necessary.
Now your last baby mama, man, I thought y'all had something real. I thought y'all were gonna be together for a while, man.
Yeah.
I thought y'all were just like, I mean, y'all seem like y'all had a chemistry going on, man.
A 6 year chemistry, but hey, it happens.
Is that her first child?
No, second, none of my kids' moms have just one child, and there was only one that had none when I
Mm.
got 95% are done. 95%.
But hey,
Gotta say, because you gotta think about it. Two women, you gotta say, one woman, cool. Three more women came behind her knowing that I had a kid and they had babies with me. The first one you give a pass, the other two, the other three, I gotta give them 95%. Because I hate to sound like an asshole, but women, as I say, the child is gonna always be with you. I'm at home chilling right now, and the kids are at home with their mom. And I'm not saying that as I'm bragging, I'm saying that's harsh reality.
But see, when
I
you
fuck
live
with
there,
my kids. Don't get it confused. I fuck with my kids, but I'm saying that's what it is. The man can die. He can up and leave.
but
And
when you lived in Raleigh, you was always with your kids. You always had your boys.
huh, all of them. Even when I got engaged, all of them.
Yeah. So I've always known you to spend time with your kids and be present. So, but like
Yeah,
it says, this is
I'm not the running around. My baby mama ain't shit, bashing them, cussing them out, criticizing everything they do. I don't have to do that. They know my stances on shit.
oh well,
We're just at a point where we don't some shit you don't
well.
have to discuss.
Let's get back on point. This ain't family matters. This is toxic masculinity. So let's get
I
back on
know,
point.
but I was just claiming my 5% of the situation and saying that I tell my boys all the time. I regret it, and now having a daughter, I'm I'm very
So,
wary and apologizing and making sure that I give influence because I know
well,
women are crazy.
since we're all a product of our experiences, do you think your
Hello.
experiences with the women in your life have left you somewhat jaded?
No, I still date black women. I just
No,
hold them responsible for their shit.
I'm talking about jaded in a general way, just jaded towards black
No,
women in general. Do you think you're
no,
jaded?
no.
Like, do you
I
think?
didn't date. You gotta say I didn't date my mom, and I'm critical of her. No, I'm not.
Okay,
That's like asking, is was Oprah jaded when she built her career on talking about black men?
actually, that's not what she built her career on.
Yes, it was.
Actually, if you look at Oprah's early show, Oprah used to be real substantive. She used to have some great subjects on
Talking
her
about
show.
black men, saying
No,
what they should do,
no,
and if your man ain't doing this,
yeah. But I'm gonna tell you something. When Oprah first started, she was more like a Donahue. She had substantive
shouldn't
stuff
children
on
see
her.
a healthy relationship between their parents during co-parenting? What's your definition of healthy? As long as I'm not, as long as we're not cussing each other out, that's healthy.
But hold
As
on.
long as we're go, I can go in the don't. I can go in their houses and sit down and all of that shit and have conversations. I just choose not to.
But hold on. Let me cut you off, Mark. I'm sorry. That question was kind of that's what we're sitting here discussing is the healthy relationship between two black parents. And the whole point that Mark is making here is our relationship being unhealthy is 95% uh woman's fault. That's what we're discussing, Reba. We're discussing the healthy relationship. But when it comes to having a healthy relationship, all of the responsibility is put on the man. A woman is allowed to act the fool, keep you from seeing your kids, do this, do this, do this. What if you want to co-parent? Then let's co-parent. The woman don't get to have control. We have to do this together. That's the
And that's
point.
what it's about,
That's
controlling. I
yes,
had a guy
yes,
send me a text
yes.
message the other day where he was like, his baby mama was just talking shit, and he finally just said, "You're right, it's your kid." And that bitch responded back, "Now you're finally understanding. This is the kid he paid child support for." I know some niggas that sniper rifle ENT that's ready to sign a deal. I don't got time for this shit.
And the same justice system that will lock you up for not paying child support is the same justice system that somehow is incapable of making sure that you get time with your child.
You pay $1,000 a month and you get what 40 hours, 40 hours a month. No,
But
it's not
but
even 40 hours a month. Some people get like 20. I think it was a story where the guy was paying like $1,500 a month and had got like 20 hours to see his child a month. 20 fucking hours. You work 40 in a week.
and the 95% comes in I'm talking to Reba. The 95% comes in
Hit the
when
link, Reby. Hit the link and come on in, Reby. You don't have to show your face. Your avatar can just be up there.
is it
Come on
Reba
and
or
join the
Reby?
conversation, Reby.
Okay, Reby. And what we're talking about is 95% is a woman can have total control. The black woman has been allowed, or the woman in general, has been allowed to have total control. And look at our children. Look at the children in our neighborhoods that walk up and down our streets.
No, you can say you're gonna say women in general, say black women in general, because we can point to other nationalities where
Okay,
their children
okay.
aren't like that. We're not the only community that have fatherless homes, and none of them are affected like us. Like as Thomas Sotomayor uses a great example where he says, "Look at all the men that died running into the towers on 9/11. Most of those guys were white. Those were white single parent moms at that point. Their kids aren't like ours. They don't turn out like ours. Somehow everybody else gets it.
That's because well, and I'll say this. I'll
We
say this
don't we
too.
don't sacrifice for our kids.
But
We,
see,
we don't give up our life for our kids. We
but see,
still want to do
that's the
fuck shit
only
once
but
we
see,
have
that's
kids.
the only thing that Reba can say. It's not her fault. Well then what is the black woman's fault? What is the black woman's fault?
Nothing is the black woman's fault.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing is the black woman's fault. The man being on child support ain't even the black woman's fault, even though she took her ass down there and put him on it. It ain't her fault that she had the baby. Nothing. It ain't her fault she didn't
And
take
don't
Plan
forget,
B.
and don't
It ain't
forget the
her
fact
fault
that
she wasn't on the pill. It wasn't her fault that she didn't make sure he wore no condom. Like she could say, "Don't nut at me," and if a man does it, it's called rape.
duh,
If he takes the condom off while y'all are having sex,
like
it's
I said,
called rape.
like I told you and Red last time we talked, bruh, it's something called pre-com. You can't feel pre-com coming out. You can
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
woman.
yeah. But do you get the point though? Unless you're raped, you control
Yes,
whether that nigga nutting you or not, free
yes,
cum or not. Unless you're
and
raped, you control it.
and let's just call it what it is, man. If you don't want no kids, then you gonna do everything you can not to have none. If you really don't want no kids,
If you don't want someone walking in your house with dog shit on their shoes, you're gonna make sure they don't do it. You're gonna be like, hold up, nigga, you got shit on your shoes, take them just off.
there you go.
95% of the problem. I win again.
Well, it's not about you winning. Quit talking
it's
about you
it's
winning.
not between, I'm talking about to the audience and to the women that be fucking with
But
me
we're
all
not
the
trying
time.
to. But we're not trying to
I'm
win,
trying to
Mark.
win right now. I'm trying to win right now. I'm being petty. I'm
We're
on one.
trying to. Okay, we're trying to explain our toxic masculinity and why we feel the way we feel. We're not bad guys. We're not horrible people. We're good,
Femininity is
upstanding men.
toxic.
But at the same point in time, there is no reason why a man, especially a black man, has to be the bitch. And society wants to turn the black man into the bitch.
Read the link should either, if it's in the description box or it's in the comment, it should be the first comment. I wasn't able to pin it, but it should be the first comment in there. It says StreamYard, and it should have been on the description when it said I went
So,
live.
so let's get this straight. What's not the black woman's fault? Who I have, who nuts in me is not my fault.
Nope.
Me saying I don't need no man, but then watching my boys grow up without a father and watching that effect on them. That ain't
That's
my
not her
fault either.
fault.
That
Moving
ain't
in
her
the
fault.
moving in a shitty neighborhood where niggas get shot up every day to raise a kid,
And
that
then
ain't her fault.
and then repeating the same process with another ignorant nigga. That ain't her fault. Okay,
Talking to the nigga that just got out of jail, end
that
up
ain't her
molesting your
fault.
child, that ain't her fault.
Give the nigga some pussy because he got a nice car. That ain't her fault. Okay.
Got your baby twerking the WAP. That ain't your fault.
That ain't your fault. Got your baby, got your 8-year-old daughter going to school with 8 feet of weave in her hair. That ain't your fault.
It's hard being a black man.
You let your son sit up. You let your son sit up and tattoo his face. That ain't your fault.
Here's the kicker though, T. We can be mad and hate our daddy and blame our daddy for everything. And we can't say shit about our mama, the person that actually had the influence on us. But it's okay to blame your daddy for everything and talk shit about him. You can hate him because your mama black, can't say nothing. Her being awarded full custody in her fault. Bullshit. It is her fault. She got awarded full custody because she went down there and asked for the shit. And technically in Tennessee, unless you're married, the man doesn't have any rights any fucking way. When you look at the birth certificate, it asks for the mom's name and it says under dad, information not required. It's not required. And I've signed 4 of these motherfuckers, so I know what they look like. All my kids got my last name. I did something right.
And Reba, let me ask you something.
There she go. Here she is. North Memphis. North Memphis.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I like to hear Reba.
So why won't you accept 95% of the blame for the fuck shit y'all do in the community?
I accept responsibility for whatever part I play in my life in raising my children.
Personally. I ain't talking about
well, I can't speak I can't speak for every woman though, and you know this. I speak for me.
For the sake of this conversation, you are Whitney Houston. You are every woman. You're speaking for every black woman. Because I spoke for every black man, whether they want to accept it or not, when I said 95%. So you Whitney Houston, go ahead. She froze up. It'll come back. It froze up. Go in and out. I'm not gonna let you escape with that.
You got me fucked up. I ain't Whitney Houston. She dead. I'm yet alive. How about that?
Go ahead, Pooh. Come on with it.
Okay, what I was saying was to elaborate. I said it's not her fault if she goes to court and wins her case because the system has been designed and set up that way. So how can she change what the system has been? That's all I'm saying.
How can a woman that has her kids taken multiple times keep getting the kids back?
Again, the system is fucked up because if she keep losing her children, she don't deserve those children. And I've seen children placed back into the homes of abusive mothers. And I don't agree with that either.
The court gave them custody over.
So they show you where the system has failed. They show you where the system has failed. You know, I'm all for fairness. I'm all for good, right treatment of children. And I'm not gonna be on here doing no male bash, and I ain't gonna female bash because I'm a woman all day. But I believe in fairness. I got them on. I got on some Raycons. I have on my Raycons.
Oh, well, mute your TV or whatever that is.
Oh yeah. I forgot I'm casting through the TV so I can see your ass. Hold on.
Yeah, I want you. I said speak for every black woman because I don't want you to personalize because you can always say.
How do you pronounce your name, baby? Authoress.
Authoress Reby. I'm an author. I write books.
I want to address that comment you just made. Okay.
Good.
Sure.
I'm Terrence Thomas. Great to meet you, baby. You look wonderful.
Hi. Thank you.
What I'm saying is this: when me and Mark talk, and we call this toxic masculinity.
I do not know who the fuck this Mark character is. You keep mentioning Trey. Great guy.
When me and Trey talk. When me and Trey talk.
Right.
Our intention is not to infringe on the rights of the black woman. Okay? What we are discussing is more fairness in the process of raising children. Now, you know as well as I do that a lot of women use court as a negotiating tool, and they weaponize their children against the father. And you and I both know that the court supports that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying you in particular. I'm just saying
without
in
the women,
general.
the course would be out of business without.
You see what I'm saying? I'm
I
saying
I
in general.
understand what
And
you're saying, and I feel
so
like
the
it's a
same,
fucked up
hold
system.
on, the same, like, okay, if you wanna have a baby, if me and you make a baby and you want to keep the baby, I don't get no say so in it. If you want to kill the baby, I get no say so in it. So the only time my input is needed, if we're not together anymore, is when it's time to get my money.
Just like me and Trey was talking last week, and we were speaking on the subject of the young lady that got murdered because she didn't have an abortion. And I told him, I feel like if she wanted to raise her baby, she should have did that, rolled on, no contact with that man whatsoever if he didn't want that baby. But under no circumstances do I agree with him taking her life because she chose to keep her baby.
Oh,
Now
no, no,
that's
no, no, no,
something
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
agree
no,
I
with.
no, no,
didn't
no.
agree. I
I
didn't
totally
But
agree
agree.
with him
I totally
being. I
agree.
didn't
I
agree with
totally
her
agree.
being
I
killed.
totally agree.
But
no,
I
but
did
you
definitely say.
agree with the comment that
Oh,
the
I'm gonna say it right
you say
now.
you can
I will
understand the
say
comment that the lady said, well,
yes.
she should have just
I will
had the
say
abortion.
her
I just I
decision not to have that abortion directly
costed her
caused
her life.
her to be killed.
She
Reba,
didn't make him be psychotic and
Reba.
go do that though. That's
Okay,
what
but
I'm
No,
Reba.
saying. He
she
still
Okay,
gotta be
but she
accountable.
carried a baby by a nigga that she knew did
but
not
see,
want to have that
Reba,
baby.
this the
His
problem though.
actions.
But see,
His
That's
Reba,
actions.
fine. Her action, she got pregnant. He
but see,
didn't want
Reba,
it.
this the
It's
problem though,
not right.
sweetheart.
It's not right, but that's the
Let
end
let let me
result.
let hold on, Trey. Let's let him have the floor because we're gonna
You
do
heard
this
her, Ray
decent and in
Caruth.
order.
That's the problem though. You're using the worst case scenario.
No, I just brought it up because me and him was talking
Okay.
about that last week.
Let's use regular. Okay, if me and you had a baby and
I'm gonna
we went into court and we
let
weren't
me talk.
together
Can
anymore.
we? Because I got a situation like that. I have an ex-husband and I have a son. And I had one at 18 years old. And when I
Question.
married, my son was
Question
3.
before you go in.
Uh-huh.
Well, not question, comment. You were 95% of that. The reason you got an ex-husband. Go on.
Yeah, because he left and went back home to his mama. So I guess my walk wasn't walk enough. But anyway, let's go here. Let me I had my first baby at 18 out of high school. So his dad and I were together for the first 2.5 years of his life. So we were co-parenting. We was living together at first, but when he wanted to still chase other people, we ended the relationship. However, once he stopped living at home, he stopped taking care of his son. He didn't want to provide. He didn't want to do anything. Okay, I got married when my son was 3 years old. My ex-husband asked to adopt my son. His dad said no over my dead body. So my thing is, we gave you from birth to 6 years old
Who is
to
we?
me and my husband.
Okay.
Because if he's stepping in, taking care of your responsibility,
Yes.
then why not sign those rights over
If another
if you're
man
not
is
going to
stepping
do it?
up doing your job, then he gets to say so.
Right. So my
I'm
thing is,
right there.
he said he wasn't. He never kept a job. So my husband at the time, he was like, "Well, I don't want you to put him on child support." I said, "Well, I feel like he needs to be put on child support because you're taking care of his responsibility and he don't want to sign the paperwork." And that's the reason why I went down there to get cut for my husband to get custody of my son, but it didn't work out like that. The judge just put him automatically on child support. But because I was making more money, I had the insurance. He didn't have a job. I went to sign and show them that I make more money. I would rather have my son's dad out to where he can at least spend a little time with him. If he don't have the money, at least he can show him some things as a young boy. If he's willing to be in his life, then I take care of my child. My husband take care of my child. Let him at least know his father and don't lock him up. So I petitioned to have him removed from child.
I salute you for that. It's not. They don't make them like you
It
no more.
it wasn't it
It's
wasn't
funny.
easy though.
It's funny. You and Ladon got the same story.
But the dude who you married, your husband, he a real. Hey, that's a G, man. That's a real dude, man.
It's
That's a real
funny y'all
dude.
got the same story.
Until we divorced and he divorced our kids. Okay? Now, all
95%
right.
of the problem. It is something about you, woman. What are you doing?
He got with someone else. She had a ready-made family, and he just divorced our kids. And the messed up part about it was our daughters were in the same second grade class. He went to
Man,
he went to donuts with dad with his stepdaughter and left my child screaming in the floor, telling the teacher, "That's my dad. I need to be with my dad." They called me at work, and I was like, "Yeah." She was like, Mr. B. I'm not gonna say his name. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yeah, that's her father." She said, "No wonder she's clowning like this, cause he just went to donuts with
Did
dad."
y'all have any kids together?
Man, we got two together. That's what I'm saying. My daughter and his stepdaughter were in the same class.
on
He went with his
behalf
stepdaughter.
on behalf of toxic masculinity, Terrence Thomas, and myself, you get no sympathy over here. You picked that nigga
I
95% of the
don't
problem.
I don't want your fucking sympathy because I dealt with the hand that I was dealt. And one thing about it, my children knew who mama was and they still knew who dad is. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just because he did that fuck shit, I still told him, look,
Yeah,
you go to his church, you call, check
authors.
on your
I know,
dad.
Bob. I'm just messing with you. I love you,
You get a
baby.
big old we don't give a fuck sandwich on that one.
I don't give a fuck either because they're grown and gone. But what I didn't do was turn them against their dad. I don't give a fuck what he wasn't for them. At the end of the day, he is somebody I chose. He is somebody I once
Here, give me some
loved.
dap. Give me some dap on that.
I'm not giving you shit because you're trying to, because you're trying to break this shit down.
Hey,
No, ain't no doubt. I don't
hey,
need your
hey, woman,
accolades and all of that
hey, woman, look here,
all day
woman,
long. I'm
look
See,
here, woman,
95%. I'm
look,
95%, ain't it?
respect
now
the
see, now
man.
see, hey Trey. Now we finding out why them two dudes got on down.
Respect the man.
Respect the man, woman. That's why your ass up there alone now.
I'm not alone.
No, she's actually about to get married, and I keep telling her, I hope her and her husband twist their ankle on their way down the aisle.
So what kind of batteries do you put in your new man?
He's a
Actually,
sex offering.
I used to have 26 of those
Hey,
men, but now
hey,
I got one that
hey,
does it
Mark.
all.
Jesus.
Hey, Trey. Hey,
Is the
Trey.
name Jesus? Is Jesus all the man you need? That's another
Hell no,
goddamn
I
thing.
need more than
You
Jesus
women
because
talking
Jesus
about
can't come and touch me
Jesus,
where
all
I
the
need to
man
be
I need.
touched.
You gotta say Jesus,
Her new
all the
man
God.
vibrates on 7 speeds.
Hold up, check this out. All you
No,
women that keep saying Jesus, all the man y'all need, fuck around and be the next Mary.
uh, and I
Apparently,
understand you getting
God
your
can.
little joke, you
Apparently,
getting your
God can
jokey
get niggas
joke.
pregnant.
He getting his jokey jokes, but Jesus has never been all the man I needed. Even when I was preaching and ministering in church, I still went home to a man. That's why I never taught singles while I was married, because I couldn't tell them how to abstain and maintain because I wasn't. I was going home to my
Church
husband
Well,
every
let's
day.
members
talk to him.
always been freaks.
Is your dick in the room right now?
Oh no, 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 no. He's not in the room right now.
Toxic masculinity wants to see the
Cause I need to talk to
dildo.
that
Break
nigga.
it
I need to
out.
talk to him.
He's on deployment right now. He'll be back.
Oh, he a military man.
Oh yeah, he's a captain in the Marines. Yes, yes. And I'm gonna
Hey,
suck his dick every day, cause he gonna be the happiest motherfucker walking.
Oh,
I'm gonna show them how to love a man. I'm
do you
gonna show you
swallow?
how.
Do you swallow?
My husband.
There it is.
toxic masculinity, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
I
and don't
don't care what you call it.
and if you don't lick them balls, don't even go
I am
down there.
promoting my show, ma'am.
I am
Toxic.
a
I am
certified
promoting my
sexologist,
show. We
so
love
there's
this type of
nothing
talk.
off the table. There's nothing off the table when it comes to pleasing my mate. And I'm gonna put it
We
like that because
embrace
one
it.
thing about it, he's going to pour everything in me I need. If he wanted that, he gonna put it into me. You can't
You
go
We
to the
happy?
we
ATM
embrace this
and get
type of
money
talk.
if you in the negative.
So you got
What you
three
We
say,
kids?
Trey?
embrace this. We embrace
Three
this toxic
adult children.
masculinity
Yes.
How old are
because
My
you?
we embrace it because you about to get
my
married.
baby is 21 and I'll be 44 on September 24th. Yes.
Good for you. Give me
Yes,
some
baby.
dap. Give me some dap.
Hey.
Hey man, hold up. Hey, I also heard you in the background being ghetto when your daughter was on live being ghetto the other day.
You heard me. I get down with her
Yes
sometimes.
I did. Yes I
Mm-hmm.
did. I
You
would have commented, but I was in Facebook
you
jail.
had you a nigga moment?
I couldn't
I
do
don't.
nothing but watch from the sideline.
I ain't no telling when she be on her live, baby. I ain't no telling what she talking about, and I just don't. This September I took vacation
She
from
be talking
everything, so
about
ain't no telling what the fuck I'm gonna say. You
she
know
be
what I'm
talking
saying?
about 95% of the problem.
No, I don't.
You had you a nigga mama.
Not you. I said she be talking
Oh,
about
my daughter.
95%
Well,
of the
she's still in
problem.
training. See, she got to go through some shit. Cause see, at 21, I had my own house, own car, two businesses, raising my children in college, getting my second degree. So what she got to understand is you got to go through some shit before you try to speak on a lot of the stuff that she speak on. But I'm gonna allow her space and room to do so. But I'm gonna groom her as she goes. That's
But
what you have to do. I can't
I try to tell
control
my I
her
try to
life
tell I try to tell my
necessarily.
kids to learn from me so that they won't repeat my mistakes. I don't want them to have to live through some shit. If you're smart, you will pay attention
but
to
the
it.
My
same point
children
It,
will
it's
tell
it's
you
it's
DNA.
their, but it's ultimately their choice. But I try to tell them you don't have to go through some shit. Like
Right.
I made the mistake, so I got the blueprint, son. You got the
Right.
cheat code.
My DNA says do not attempt. That's what I tell my kids. Just because we got that DNA, do not attempt. Do not attempt all the shit your mama did. Because it was a
Your
whole different
DNA,
crime. Do
your
not
DNA,
attempt.
your
Do not
DNA
attempt.
says
Do
dick and
not attempt.
dick
Ha!
and attention.
I get that too. I keep a dick at attention. You hear me? But anyway, at the end of the day, I let my children make their own decisions, but I laid a solid foundation for them. I partied. I was a young mother, but they always had structure. They had order. They had a bedtime. They knew education came first. I was PTA mom, soccer mom, football mom. I was all there. But when they went to bed, it was time for me to turn the fuck up and do me. And that's just how it went
well,
for
you
me.
know what? Well, you know what, Reba? Then you're not the woman who we're talking about because you suffer from you don't suffer from toxic femininity. You're not the woman we're talking about. So,
But I know a lot of those, and I write about a lot of it
yep,
because I went through
true
some
that.
fuck shit. And it's gonna take us to make the others realize and recognize the error of
Yeah,
our ways,
speak out. You have to
because
speak out about it.
none of us are 100% correct, and it's always two sides to every story and two sides of the coin.
Okay,
And one,
you and I know that, but society doesn't.
because
That's why we
society
need
has been
more women.
designed for us to fail. I mean,
But part of that
Oh,
failure,
don't.
but
What's
part of that,
society designed for you to fail?
what I'm saying, for because for one, the black man was stripped out of the home, told they can't live in the public house. My
We
grandparents lived in
weren't
public
stripped. We
housing
weren't
together.
stripped. The black woman put us out. We weren't stripped. They were given an option:
Well,
check
back
a
in
nigga,
well,
and they
I'm going
said check.
400 years ago. I'm
Mark,
going 400 years ago from the
y'all
beginning
saying
of
the
the
same
foundation.
thing, okay?
The beginning of the foundation where they stripped the black man from his masculinity to make the woman have to do it all. That's what started this cycle of generational mess.
Yes,
That didn't happen.
yes, it
Yes,
did.
it did happen. It did happen.
Ma'am, during Reconstruction, when we
When we
left
had Black Wall
slavery,
Street and all that,
when we
it still was happening.
when we left there, we didn't have all of these women taking up the household and shit. That's bullshit. Black marriages were at an all-time high. Family structure was together. We had more kids in wedlocks than white people did at that time.
And when they came and destroyed
No, it
Alabama,
wasn't
Black
no when
Wall
they came.
Street,
Hold up. It wasn't when they
when they
came. You hold
listen.
up. You just blamed it on slavery. When I debunked
No, 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 no,
slavery,
no.
why
I'm
you
not
trying
talking
to
about
blame it
slavery.
on
I'm
Black
talking
Wall
about
Street?
when our society was thriving and we were community policing and we were a unit. That's when other people came along and stripped down our banking system, our way of life, our culture as we knew it to survive for ourselves.
And
So
they
Black
at
called
Wall
it
that
Street
point,
was not our
yes,
culture. Black
and they
Wall Street is one place.
let me add this, and they called
it
it
was our
integration.
banking system. They
No,
integrated
that
us
was
into
not
a
our only
public
banking
system.
system. That is not
Listen,
true. Orange Mound was wealthier, and it was their own. It was the Orange Mound was
Orange
its
Mound
own
was
black
one of the
mansion.
richest places in Memphis. Yes, it was, but
So why do
it
we
was
keep focusing on
several
Black Wall Street? We keep
because
focusing on one block. Black Wall Street was one
But
block. It
on
wasn't a town. It wasn't a city.
but
It was
Orange
one
Mound
block.
is a neighborhood of former plantation owners.
It was one block. It was black. It was black owned. It was black everything.
But before then, Mark, Orange Mound was a neighborhood of plantations and plantation owners.
But what I'm saying is we can't say we were stripped from anything when we were
okay, let me
thriving.
ask you this.
Them
So how
knocking
did
Black Wall Street
okay,
down
let me
ruined
ask you
nothing
this.
for us.
So what started it? What started public housing? Why did public housing come about? Why did they have to give single mothers housing for their children? What
Well,
started that cycle?
to be honest, they stole that concept of the ghetto and all of that from Hitler in Germany.
Because it didn't start out public housing, affordable housing didn't start off just for single people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All of my grandparents, both sets,
Feminism,
had
95,
had public
feminism started.
housing in Scutterfield. I had a 2 parent home and unit. All of my friends had mom and dad right there. They worked for the city. The mama didn't go to work. She was at home tending to the children and the family. And the men worked for the city. They were teachers. They were firemen. They were police in our community. And they were 2 parent homes. That's what I'm saying. When I was growing up, we did not see this broken stuff until a daughter had a child out of wedlock at home and the family kicked her out. That's when they said, look, we got to find somewhere for her and this baby to go. So they started opening up what we call the 3 stories, start putting them in other public housing complexes to where they can
You know
be
you
by
done fucked up,
themselves
right?
and raise their baby.
You
That's
know
what
you done
I
fucked up,
saw.
right?
But that's
Okay,
what
you know
I
you done
saw
fucked
growing
up,
up.
right? But
I
see,
ain't
you
fucked up
went.
shit, but that's
No,
the
no, no,
life
no.
I saw
This
and
where you
lived
fucked up.
in the 80s and the 90s. That's what
This
I lived through. Come
I
on.
got you. I got you, but this is where you fucked up. You
I'm
out of your
listening.
own you out of your own mouth said that black women put these kids out or these girls out
They
and
did.
the system had to come in and save them.
They did.
So you can't
I'm
say
saying
this.
that was
The
right. They shouldn't have
system
put them out.
the system stripped nothing away from us. Black women did it. 95% of the problem. I am on a fucking roll.
But it was already stripped and broken before that even came about. You're looking at 400 years of history that was already in the makings. People's minds are already programmed a certain way with the Jim Crow. So you cannot have one without the other because everybody don't evolve at the same time, boo.
During Jim Crow, we had a booming number of families, ma'am. That's what I keep explaining to you.
But
If you don't
once
look
they
at the picture and
integrated
say
us,
blacks only,
once
it
they
was a whole
said
bunch of families. It was a whole
they
bunch
could
of
have
families at the
listen,
zoo on Family Day.
they could have left me separate, separate but equal.
Can I
I was
ask?
okay with it.
Can I ask both of you guys a question?
Sure.
I think one commonality that y'all both share, y'all do share this same premise, is that the black family and the black home, the black community as a collective, was at its strongest when we were segregated off.
Absolutely. I agree with that
Absolutely. Yes, we
100%.
were. Yes, we
So,
were.
so I guess where we are, and I guess where y'all in disagreement is, where did the step by step process come in of emasculating our men and masculating our women?
When the first girl got pregnant and her mom and dad had kicked her out into the streets to fend for herself and therefore
The
she had to go
feminist
take her
movement.
hand out. That's what I feel like happened because my daughter got pregnant at 14. I went there throw her to the streets because at 14 her and that baby need me. She don't know how to be a fucking
Mm-hmm.
mother. She don't
But
know anything about life.
but
So the back thinking, the thinking of those people that was so holy back then, going by the Bible, you know what I'm saying? You kicking your child out, but God, if God is love, and He said love covers a multitude of sin, then how the fuck you gonna throw your daughter out the house because she went and did a sin maybe different from yours?
Okay,
I
well
don't agree.
let me ask
that's
you
the
this
younger
question, Reby.
generation because the older
Okay,
generations when
let's
you used to
take
have a
let
kid,
let's take all the outside forces out of it. Okay, when did the self-destructive programming get installed within us? Don't talk about white people. Talk about when did it become cool for us to encourage violence with each other, encourage murder amongst each other, and I'm not even talking about before it gets violent. You have people who know both people involved in the conflict, and everybody around them is juicing it up, juicing it up. Then when the police come, we want the police to be responsible for de-escalating our shit that we could have de-escalated way before it got to this. So what I'm saying is, when did the self-destructive programming get installed within our culture?
To me, a lot of that happened when they took the power out of the home. When they told the children, "Well, you got a bruise on your mama did." I mean, if for me, I feel like when my neighbor could whoop my ass, My neighbor, after that neighbor could correct me and then go
That's
tell my
assault.
parents that I've
Yeah.
done something wrong. I know you said that's assault and me and you discussed that. And I agree with you to a point, but still correction doesn't always have to be physical.
And
When
it takes
someone else,
community to raise a child.
yes, it does. That term, it takes a village. That statement is so true. It still takes a village now, even at 44. You still need that village. You need that solid brotherhood and sisterhood, someone to hold you accountable. That's the problem. We have no accountability.
And one thing I think that's missing is there are no more in the park barbecues. There are no more neighbor cookouts where we in the backyard together. There are no
Everybody's too
more
scared of dodging bullets. I mean,
everybody. It's like we don't have communities no more. We just
no,
have
we don't.
streets of houses.
Yep. And that goes back to when I was growing up. We probably was in the project, but we were together. Everybody could barbecue on one row.
Look,
You can go to whoever house. You
I
know,
had folks lived in South Memphis on Barksdale, Waverly, in the heart of South Memphis, over by Hamlin High School on Alcyon,
You know what
Bridgeport.
women wasn't
I
saying when y'all
remember,
were growing
man,
up?
look, I
They
remember
we
wasn't
had
coming
a
saying they
into
were
it,
home
seeing a man.
in
But I'm
Evergreen.
saying,
I had a
but
home in Valentine, Evergreen, but I love going to Sutterfield and Dixie homes and Foot homes on
yeah,
the weekends.
Valentine, that's nice.
I
they
had a
they
nice
claimed they
home.
were
My mom and
strong and
dad had a
independent,
nice
and didn't
home in
need a
that
man.
community. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, this is something that
Trey,
I
your
saw
folks got a house
firsthand.
over there, don't it? So that's a nice area. But all I'm saying is, at what point,
It was till
at what
niggas
point
moved in.
do we start owning our shit? The
But she
shit that
already said black women get 0% of the blame. It's the system fault now. Remember she
No, I'm
said
not
that.
saying it's just the system. I said it wasn't her fault if they awarded her that because she wasn't the judge and she didn't make that final decision. Now, her taking him to court, I don't know what her reason behind it was. Some women use it
okay?
as leverage,
So
just like you
why
said.
aren't there more black women coming to the forefront and saying, you know what, we need to start this campaign of co-parenting. Fuck the woman being at an
Like they
advantage
do
all the
for the
time.
slut walk.
Why don't they? You know, the black women will come out and defend a faggot in 2 seconds. In 2 seconds.
You
But
got some that do. Can you hear me? You
They
yeah,
got
do
some women
do
that do
not
speak up, but when we
use
speak
the
up,
F word. Don't ban on
it
Facebook.
becomes a battle of the wheel.
I need my page, Mark Zuckerberg. I need my page, Mark Zuckerberg. Don't hold me accountable for Terrence use of the F bomb. But he
well,
right. But still,
if you can,
you right.
if you can call me a coon and a sellout on Facebook,
That's
Bro,
double
right?
I
one double.
cannot say I can't say black bitch on Facebook.
Because every time I talk about black people being responsible for our shit, I get called a coon and a sellout.
You
Every
in
time,
Weeby?
every
I can hear you, Terrence. Go ahead.
okay, every time I want us to be held accountable for the stuff that we can't control, I get called a coon and a sellout. Bruh, we can control our wedlock rate. We can control the crime rate in our community. We can control the violence rate in our community. So, but every time you want to talk about teaching a man to fish instead of giving him fish, you get called a coon and a sellout.
Or self hater or
So
gay. You
so
gotta say
why is it
or self hater
Sometimes
or
people fear
gay.
what they don't know.
Dang, you come in
so
They fear
guns
what they don't.
blazing.
Have you seen? Listen,
Walk
Trey,
with me,
let me
Trey.
say this. Have you seen the child, the one child that's been in school, the one that don't talk to nobody, and he's smart, everybody label him as what? A nerd, right? That one they want to call him green, they want to say, oh, you a nerd, you don't go out, you don't
The
have
ones
sex
black
before
women
marriage,
don't
all
want to
those things.
talk to.
All of this stuff has became labeled as something bad. But to me, being a virgin this day and age is something to be celebrated. And to be a nerd, something to be praised because that means you're on your shit, you getting your education together. But
okay,
because of a collective group of people who don't feel good about themselves, who don't have that actual knowledge or that potential and that drive to go forward and speak out, then they're gonna always come against the ones who do because
yep,
damn it, they just wanted to be a problem because it wasn't them. You gotta look at the
yep.
spirit behind people too. Everybody don't want to see you evolve and talk about real knowledge and real stuff.
But then
Just
you
like
got
if
yeah,
you go back biblical days, Cain and Abel. He killed his brother over jealousy. So you're gonna have jealous people all the time, and they're gonna take everything you say and
Everybody.
misconstrue it and make it be a misconception.
Hey,
So
even
that's why
Jesus
you
had a
have to have
Judas.
those like-minded people to come together and get the message out.
But all I'm saying,
You gotta
okay,
have people who don't give a fuck. I don't give a
okay,
fuck what nobody think about me because I'm my own person,
yep.
and I wasn't brought up to be fearful.
Yep.
Right.
But when
I
I see
wasn't
them
brought up to be
Africans I work
fearful
with,
and afraid
yeah,
to speak my mind and to take criticism and correction because I'm not always right.
okay,
I
but
could
them,
be with the
like,
shit
yeah,
too. And a
like,
lot of times when I'm with the shit, it's on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get ruffle some feathers and get some shit going.
fair enough.
You ain't tough, nigga.
I have a lot of Nigerian friends and Somalian friends, and
You
their
know what?
culture, they're
You
I was
are
so
just,
not
they're just
I
a
tough.
was
people
just finna,
people.
I was
What
just
we
finna
see on the
speak on that.
TV,
I
I
was
would
just finna
never
speak
want
on
to get the
Nigeria.
apples
Look,
off the stuff I saw on
I
TV,
was
but the
just finna
things that
speak
I
on
know
that.
now by speaking with them and seeing their culture and the dynamic, I would love to go.
I was just finna
You ain't.
speak on that. When it comes to them Africans, them Somalians, and them Nigerians I work with, when I work with
I can't
them,
hear
oh,
what's
can you hear
going
me
on.
now? Can you hear me? Okay, when it come to them Nigerians and them Somalians I work with, man, I'm telling you, they'll come to work with some buddy shoes on, some 10-year-old pants,
I
and
can
they
hear you now. Yeah.
okay, them Africans, they'll come to work with
Mhm.
anything on. A buddy t-shirt, some buddy looking pants, some old shoes, whatever. But guess what? They come over here, man, in the year all them niggas got a house. I'm talking about all them niggas got a house.
Never forget that ass kick.
They don't even it's like, why is that, man? Why these immigrants coming over here, man? I'm talking about these Somalians, they coming over here with some shit they like they bought at the Goodwill. But them niggas got a house.
Facts. These are facts. I forgot what the hell she was saying.
So I mean, so, and I'm talking about they can barely speak the language, but they know how to go out and work and buy a house.
It's just as I but I was gonna say to her, why is it that other cultures don't have a problem embracing the nerd and they marry nerds
Yeah, they
all the
do.
time?
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
She was
They
speaking
marry
as no, no, you took
no.
it out. You took a little out of context.
No,
She
I ain't
was
take it out of context. I'm just saying
no,
I
she
was saying
was you missed one. You missed one very important point. She was talking about in our youth when we're in junior
I
high and
know
high
I'm
school.
talking about now. I'm talking
Okay,
about
then
even now. The
adults,
college
man, look.
the nerds aren't getting checked
But that's
for in
everybody.
college.
When you're in high school, you make fun of the nerds. When you get grown, you want to marry a nerd.
And
The guy that came to school wearing the beat up tennis shoes,
the
wearing the
college nerds
glasses, wearing
still
the
aren't
same little
getting
outfit, he got made fun of. Those are people that I flock to. Those are people that I admired the most because those people didn't give a fuck what you said about
Yep,
them. They came to get their education.
yep.
But you have these bullies who can't even read spit, spat, or spaghetti that want to devalue them because they didn't take the time to do their fucking work, learn how to problem solve, and get the knowledge too.
Hey, I gotta make one important point. I gotta make one important point. When it comes to bullies, I love bullies because I'm gonna tell you why. A bully pushed me to fight. When I was in ninth grade, dude picked on me so much that I just had to go ahead and throw down.
Well, sometimes you got to stand up and step
So,
up. But to me, bullying people this day and age to where we see
but
kids commit suicide
But you
over
know what?
cyberbullying,
You can't eliminate bullying. You shouldn't
no,
eliminate bullying.
I'm not.
I want my child to go to school and face an obstacle. I want her to
I do
deal
too.
with
That's
people who
why
don't
they
like
go to
her.
private school. I didn't put my children in private school. I put them right in the hood
Yep.
school.
and
I
private
want them to
schools have bullies too.
yes.
But what
I
I'm
I
saying is, in my era of coming up, you go to the optional schools and things like that. I went to Manelvas, Northside, Cypress, Caldwell, Valentine Elementary.
did
I
you
was right there in the neighborhood,
was
and I
your
was an eighth student.
was your
I feel
principal Robert
sorry for
White?
you.
I had Mr. White.
That was my uncle. He passed away. That was my uncle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we had Mr. White and that belt. Mr.
Yep.
White gave me many
Oh
licks.
yeah. Mr. White was a beast. Then you knew them. You
he
knew my cousins, them
You
Bensons
say he
too.
gave
Then
you
didn't it? You
licks?
knew Sean Benson, Paula Benson,
I went to
Tim
school with
Benson.
all them M&M.
Yeah, them my
Yeah.
cousins, them my folk.
Tracy, all them,
Yeah,
yeah.
them my folk, man. I love them guys.
You
Them
Okay.
my folk.
said he gave you licks.
He whooped our ass. Yes, he
Yes,
did. Do you
yes.
want a suspension? It was corporal punishment in my days. If you want to get a suspension and go home and get your
Adults
ass
were
beat or not go outside, or
and
you want to
and
take these licks and go on to
Nah,
play.
bro. I'm telling you, bro. Mr.
but
Roberts,
I'm
a good
saying
man. He ain't play.
adults were okay with grown men spanking women that weren't kids of theirs.
It was always a secretary in there. It was like a
Yeah,
week there,
The
and we got a
secretary,
choice.
they got to
It
bring
didn't
in a
matter.
witness. They got to
We
bring
was
got
in a
the
a
witness.
choice.
secretary whooping you?
Do you want it in your hand or on your ass?
Mark, you
And,
never got
and
licks.
that's what we got lit.
You
Even
never.
our teachers, my elementary
My
teachers had
mama
little
would have.
scraps.
My mama would have never. And by the time I got to high school, that shit was abolished.
You
I
know
would have
what?
rather, well, you're younger than us. I
Yeah.
would have rather got the licks from the principal than the licks I got at
My
home.
mama
Because my
would have
mama took
never.
a tree branch and beat my
True
ass with
story.
something.
My mama called up to the school and told Mr. Pekoski, the principal. No, they used to call your parents first over the licks. My
Yeah.
mama told the assistant principal, Mr. Pekoski, you tear his butt up.
Or they sign a waiver at the beginning of school to say
Yep.
your child can get licks. And my mom was like, if she come to school acting a fool, take care of your business. Because I'm not leaving my job to come up here to clear a suspension or and to do nothing else. So if
And
my
then at
mama got
Kirby,
called,
yep. Then at
I knew I
Kirby,
was getting fucked
you
up.
got the choice between 3 licks or a suspension. Mr. Boyd
Yep.
So
gave us that
so
choice.
so what
Man,
I'm
look, I'll
hearing.
take them licks, man.
I
So
took my licks too.
what
I
I'm
wanted to
hearing,
go
both of
major
y'all.
red and cheerlead shit. I didn't want to be suspended.
So let me get this correct. What I'm hearing both of y'all say is y'all's black moms allowed principals to play the role of y'all dad
My dad
and
Nope.
too, because my
abuse
dad
y'all.
was up there too.
Nope.
My dad was at every fucking game we
95%
had.
of the problem.
I'm
My
going to
dad
answer
was
that
in my
question.
life too.
I'm
I
going to
had a
See?
answer that
mama
question.
and a daddy.
May I answer that
So why the
question?
principal whooping you?
Okay, let me answer that question. Like we
Not you.
like
Let get her first,
The
Miss I have
principal
so
whooped
many
me
dads.
because my daddy was not coming off his job and mama wasn't either because they was not
I'ma
missing
whoop
their
you when you
money.
get home.
They did that too if they found out I got in trouble. So that
Okay.
what that means, Jerisha went to
she
school and
just
shut the
look,
fuck up.
she just got done saying. We just got done saying. It takes a village to raise a child. When your mama or daddy
Mama,
can't be there, it takes another pair of eyes. Look, let me make one more
Mama,
point.
thank
Let me
you
make
for
no, let
not
me
letting me get my ass whooped in Holy
okay,
Rosary.
good. And
Thank you for
let me
saying you
make
would cut the fuck up if they touched your child.
let me make one more
Thank you
point.
for having my back.
When it
You the
came to
only one that can
suspensions,
abuse me though.
at my school, suspensions kept you out of extracurricular activities. So too many suspensions, I couldn't play football. I couldn't
And
play this. I
I
couldn't
couldn't be
play
in the
this.
band, I
So
couldn't be in the
so you
majorettes,
had
I
to
couldn't cheer.
so all that had an effect. You know what I'm
Sound like
saying?
y'all were bad.
No, it was the
I
era, man. It was the era. You got
I
your
used to
ass
like
whooped
to
when you fucked
check.
up.
I used to
You
like to
have to
check.
be so. It sounds like y'all were bad. You had to
I
get
was a
fucked up
straight
to get
A
whooped.
student.
No.
I was
You
a
wanna
straight A student,
you
but
So
I
wanna
you
like
want
to
to
know
get
check.
paddled.
Late for class too many times. Bringing food, eating in the class,
So
disrupting
I was
class,
correct
checking.
when I said y'all were bad.
I wasn't bad. I was checking my ass
no.
out. We just used to be class clowns, and
So just
Back
name
then,
5 things
thank
you
you.
did, and then you gonna say you
you get
wasn't bad.
you get caught in the
Fat women,
hallway after them 5 minutes.
fat
You know
women.
what
You
I'm
just
saying?
named 5 things that you did, and then gonna turn around and say I wasn't bad.
Hey,
I ain't do nothing.
I
I'll tell
wasn't
you
Mathematics
what.
ain't
bad.
the problem.
I
Kirby
had
was
straight
so
A's
cool.
and
Look,
E's
Kirby was
in
so
class.
cool. When you got into a fight, the one who passed the first lick got suspended. The one who was defending himself got one day of
Does a good
ISS.
job, ladies and gentlemen.
We went
So
to a deregulated school, Northside. They would make
yeah.
us go to room.
But if you pass the first lick, you get suspended.
Also, Reby, fuck you because I've been told you to come on and
She
do a live,
froze.
and you've been ducking and dodging. But she can hear me. She froze, but you can hear me. You've been ducking and dodging, and you want to come in on a controversial topic and start some shit. You ain't shit, but it's cool. That's what toxic masculinity is. You can't beat us over here. No matter what you
It's
say,
my
we gonna
birthday
beat you.
month. It's my birthday month. So
Well, there she
You
go.
can't. Okay, well,
It'll
I'll
give
let you
you
win on
live.
your birthday. We'll go live on your birthday, and I'll let you win.
You
No,
know
the fuck
what?
we ain't, cause I'm turning the fuck up on my birthday. We're not going live on my birthday unless you finna see some ass shaking and some weed blowing. I'm just saying, cause
Hey,
I'm getting it in for
you
44, cause
know,
I done
you know,
survived a lot of shit.
you know,
All
I'm
my
down with
kids
some
grown
action.
and successful.
I'm down with some
All
ass
of them
shaking.
grown and successful. So it's mama time at this point. So now we ain't going live on none.
If you want to go backstage and show me some titties, that is okay too. Nobody will be able to see it, but well, Terrence might see the titties, but nobody else can as long as you backstage. So we don't mind seeing titties for your birthday. It's our birthday too, if you give it. But
And
yeah,
she,
man, I think I did a great job of proving that women are 95. Are you back? Okay.
Whatever. It's storming in
Well, yeah, I think I did a great job
I do
proving
too.
my
I do
case.
too. I do too. I
She
do
keeps
too.
going in and out.
I thought you gave her a rhetorical ass whooping.
it's storming down here. So my Wi-Fi is
Yeah.
kind of choppy. I'm in San Antonio, so we get some storms.
Get
But
off
as
the
Yeah.
far as
Wi-Fi.
you, we always gonna be to be continued. We
Get
do this
off the
all the
get off the
time.
Wi-Fi.
So I'm
Money
not
boy,
worried
she
about
can't
this.
she can't take that
And whatever
rhetorical ass
if
whooping you
you
giving her.
I'm
You kicking her ass, money boy.
Get off the Wi-Fi. It'll work better. Ugh, ugh,
I'm here
ugh,
to
Tan her ass
defend
up.
my
ugh,
stance.
ugh,
My stance.
ugh, ugh.
Here to talk about my stance on the issue. I can't speak for everybody. I can just
Oh,
speak for
now
me.
all
And
you
if you
did was
want that
come on
win,
here
you
and
keep it.
agree
I
with
If
us.
that's what
All you
you need
did
to
was
say.
come on here and agree with us. That's all you did. You made our case. That's all you
like
did was come on here and
LaDon
agree.
did.
You made
Welcome
our
to the
Well,
case.
dark side. We
Thank you
need
very
more
much,
like
Reby. But we don't need no more
because we're
co-hosts.
not always right. We're not always right. I was a
95% of
co-host
the time,
before you,
y'all
baby.
wrong.
You ask him. You better ask.
it. It took
95%
He
you
of
was
the
on
time,
that
y'all wrong.
channel
45
with
minutes
me.
to
You
say.
better ask.
It took
We was
you
on there together.
45 minutes to say that. Because at first,
Huh?
y'all couldn't do no wrong. It took you 45 minutes to say y'all ain't always right.
You better
Because
go
you
tell him to
came
go back
in
and look at
guns
them lives
blazing.
we did. Go look at my videos. He was on there with me.
You came in guns blazing talking about it
Hey,
wasn't
y'all.
no women's
I
fault.
don't mind, you know what I'm saying, submitting to my kings if they gonna walk in their road. That's not an issue for me.
Hey man, show me them titties backstage. Exit out and come into the broadcast studio, but I'm not gonna add you to the stream. Show me those titties. Toxic masculinity. But yeah, we're
Hey,
about to wrap this jam up.
yeah, I'm
I
finna.
can't hear you. I turned my Wi-Fi off. Let's see now. But I was saying I don't mind submitting to a king
I
if
said, show me
he
them titties.
if he defending his throne. Nigga,
I
you see
said, show
these
me them titties.
where them dollars at? Where them dollars at?
95% of the crowd. She is promoting prostitution, y'all. Y'all
like
heard it. Facebook.
like Too Short said, this shit ain't for free.
Facebook. I do not condone these messages. Oh, fuck, wait. Before I get out of here, I have to give a special shout out to all these police officers across the country that have been rescuing these kids that have been missing. While we're talking
Yes,
about defunding them,
yes. Salute, salute.
somebody is out there doing their job. LaDon,
Yes.
I don't know no good police officers. Well, those guys are rescuing kids from sex
I
trafficking.
got friends
They
and family
probably
that
were
are
allowed to
on the
be
force
taken because
that do
they're
their job.
former pieces of shit. 95% of the problem.
Your ass. Only you.
Why these women acting a damn fool in the street with these Black Lives Matter t-shirts on? The men out there
Sometimes
rescuing the babies.
sometimes you just have to agree to disagree. And I'm
Hey,
just gonna,
hey, one woman running in the bed and putting out no fire.
I told you I got somebody that does. And when she finished doing her 9/11 crime stuff for San Antonio, I'm
She
gonna
will
bring her
not be
on your
putting in
show.
no buildings.
She was. She was
They
on the
gonna
front
have
line.
her. They gonna have her driving the truck. She ain't going no damn house.
Whatever.
Hey,
If
y'all
she
finna get up
is, she
out of here
gonna be
though.
the first one in history.
Hey,
We're
it's been
all about
fun.
to get out of here,
Nice to
y'all.
meet you, Tam. Tam, you're
You
in
too.
Memphis?
Yep.
Oh, okay, okay.
Good to
Yeah.
meet you too.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Memphis. I left. I've been gone a year. I'm in San
Oh, dig
Antonio.
that. Okay, I can dig
San
it.
Antone. We got San Antone.
San Antonio, yeah. Tennessee girl in
All
the
right.
Texas world. All right, good night. All right, it's your bad.
Everybody, I am about to wrap this jet up. This was Toxic Masculinity, episode 6. The other 5 episodes are only on YouTube, and I will only be doing the Toxic Masculinity episodes on YouTube. So please go there and subscribe, Moneyboy Trey, and go to Twitter, IG, Facebook, Toxic Masculinity, Facebook, Moneyboy Trey. I'm out.
Trade. Private jet flights overseas.